All right, welcome into Before Floor, an extension of Five on the Floor here on the Five Reasons YouTube channel. I'm Ethan Skolnick. I'll tell you about the cast of characters tonight, although they should all look familiar to you. We are sponsored today, as always, by our friends over at Biscayne Bay Brewing, the official beer of the Five Reasons Sports Network and of the Miami Marlins. Also, you can find it at Heat Games at FTX Arena at the 100 level and 300 level. Try the Miami Pale Ale, the Tropical Bay IPA, which is my favorite, and all the other great beers. You can also get it at many local supermarkets and at many local restaurants in South Florida, including our sponsors, Quarterdeck. This is great locally brewed beer. Also, our sponsor, MarkBrownPA.com, MarcBrownPA.com. In addition to being a huge Miami Heat fan, he also happens to be the best in the business as far as protecting your interests, okay? And that means everything you've earned over the course of your life, your property. He's got a real estate company right there in-house. You can do your title for your closings. But he will make sure that your estate gets to the right people. And look, doesn't matter how much you have. It's an estate, okay? Make sure that, especially if you have children, that it's going to them or to wherever it is you want them to go. We'll go through all the paperwork with you. It's real simple when he does it for you, and he's not going to overcharge you. Free case evaluation, 954-566-5678, 954-566-5678, or Mark Brown, MarcBrownPA.com. Make sure you mention Five Reasons. All right, here's who we've got tonight. Jonathan Ramlicon, you can follow him at Three Piece Combo. You can also follow him around the country doing MMA stuff. We've got our guy, Greg Sylvander. You can follow him at Greg Sylvander. We got our producer, Alejandro, there in the bottom right corner. He's going to take you up into the game and through the game with a hangout. We got Brady Hawk 305, and, of course, Ricky J. Mark in the bottom left corner. The Miami Heat lead 2-1 in their series against Philadelphia. There's no real, drama in terms of the who's in, who's out tonight, Brady, because Embiid, we knew was going to play. Lowry, we knew was going to play. But there is one guy for the Heat who's not going to play. Let's start there.
Yeah, and that's Dwayne Dedmon, who's out with an illness. He tested negative for COVID and everything because he made sure to note that. So this is most likely a one-game thing. It's not really who's in, who's out of kind of the roster available. It's more of who's in, who's out of the rotation, because we always have these conversations of who's going to play. And I feel like there's so many routes they can go. I know a lot of people are talking about shrinking the rotation, which basically means you have a bunch of guards off the bench or limited guards off the bench and not really any wings or forwards. You're going to bump guys up to the four. There's the Markieff Morris option that I think is pretty viable, that they're going to plug him in, obviously, when Embiid's not on the floor, and go smaller, which Doc mentioned that they kind of expected them to go smaller in general, which could involve Duncan Robinson as well. Like, do you throw him in the mix maybe for a Gabe Vincent and utilize one less ball handler? And then there's obviously the Yurtseven option, which I feel like is at the bottom of options. As much as people probably want to see it, I just don't think that's the route that they're going to go with all the other options available. But it's going to be interesting because I feel like the one I think that makes probably the most sense is bumping up minutes a bit. Like, we're sitting here now 2-1 in the second round of the playoffs. Like, maybe Strus and Hero shouldn't be that much of a gap in minutes, and all these other guys like Dedmon shouldn't be doing 12 and 36 between Bam and him. I think there should be a little bit of a bump, at least.
I love that Sean Rochester showed up and decided to turn the attention to the fans. I believe a point is being made here. Sean Rochester live from Wells Fargo Arena. He's at the scene of last game's crime. And I'm noticing something as well, Sean, that you're the only person there. So there we go.
It's an hour.
Is Greg still here? Did Greg disappear? Greg got kidnapped? I'm not sure. There's Greg. All right. I want to go to you next on this, and then we'll kind of circle around the room. And Sean, just continue to show me the three fans from Philadelphia who've showed up at this time. Traffic on Sundays must be just horrible, I would think. Greg, let's get to – just pissing Ricky off here. Greg, let's get to the rotation here. And to Brady's point, teams do shrink rotations during the playoffs, but this is not a team that we thought would do that because of the pieces they have available, and typically Eric Spoelstra just plugs a guy in. It would seem to me that the most natural option to plug in here, with apologies to the Yurt fanatics, because I don't think he's ready for this, is Markieff Morris. That you got him to be an extra big during the playoffs. He's healthy. He gave you good minutes when he was healthy this year. Does a couple of things well. Hits a mid-range jumper. He defends competently. He's not a great defender. But he gives you a little bit more size than, say, the Caleb Martins or the PJ Tuckers. Is this the Markieff Morris night, at least for limited minutes?
No, I think that Spoelstra is going to go counter to what everyone is expecting in that regard and go smaller and play. A guy like Bam's going to get 40 minutes if he doesn't play, if he's not in foul trouble tonight. That's how I feel about the front court situation, and they'll spot the rest of those, minutes to get them through the 8 others, to get through the game. Essentially, that's just how I see this unfolding. I don't see him trying to integrate a big that hasn't had any functional usage at all in the playoffs, just to feast him to Embiid like that. That doesn't sound good to me. I'd rather go small and maybe zone up or something like that.
We welcome all the Sixers fans here, by the way. Yeah, Scott Foster is a Heat-friendly official typically. I know Heat fans don't want to hear that, but the Heat have the best record in the playoffs with Scott Foster officiating of any team. This will surprise people. The only game that James Harden has won in the playoffs with Scott Foster officiating, Chris Paul was on the other side. Okay? Okay. We all know the Chris Paul history with did Scott Foster officiate that game in Phoenix, by the way, or Dallas, by the way, today? Because does that explain that he's officiating 2 games in one day? But let's go to you on this, Ricky, because again, Eric Spoelstra has typically been a play 9 guy. And I think this matters because I think if we're going to talk about Bam playing more minutes, then Bam has to be better than he's been. Like, right? I mean, just giving Bam more minutes and saying, well, that'll solve it. I mean, Bam wasn't good in the last game, right? So, like, I don't know if that itself is the solution, particularly if he's going to get 2 quick fouls.
I think it really hurts because this was Joel Embiid's first game back, and Bam had like 9 points. And Joel comes back from a variety of injuries, outplays Bam. You compare the stats, you're like, wait a minute, this guy's getting paid how much? But anyways, that's a whole nother thing altogether. Yeah, Bam has to be better. It's not so much the quantity of minutes, but the quality of them. Obviously we want him to play 40 because of all the injuries and everything, but if he plays, for example, 36 minutes and he's aggressive, defensive menace Bam that's at 24 and 15 or something like that, then yeah, this Heat team's probably going to win tonight. But if he gives you that stinker that he gave you the other night, you could play him 50, 55 minutes. If this somehow gets to overtime, it's not going to matter. If this Heat team wins, it won't be because of him, and that's not something you need from this team. You need all-star, give me my max now, or else I might do something else, Bam. Well, okay. Earn it. This is why you're here. Just pretend the guy looks like Daniel Tice or something. Go do it. There's just no excuse right now. I don't want to hear I got to be more aggressive. I got to do that. No. Joel Embiid was not Willis Reed. Okay? Like, don't just because he comes back, all of a sudden you can't play anymore. Do what got you here. I wish it were more complicated than that.
I think that's fair. But I also think, Jonathan, we're going to talk about it in that context. I think we got to look at the starting point guard too, because Brady hit on this pretty clearly in his video that the game got away with the Lowry Bam pick and roll, where neither of them wanted to look at the basket for a 4-minute stretch. And the thing about Kyle is, and maybe he was working his way in, and I have a theory that Spoelstra maybe threw him in with the 2-0 lead because he knew he wasn't quite there yet and could afford the situation, as opposed to the way we were looking at it before, which is you put Kyle in after you lose. I think it was more so get him in now before you lose. I think that's the way that they handled it. But you can't have a bagel in a playoff game. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, again, he's been good this year, but he's being paid $30 million. Like, you cannot go 0 for – it's not the 0, it's the 4. It's the 0 for 4. You cannot have the 4 in a playoff game from your starting point guard, because we know if Gabe Vincent was getting those minutes, and I'm not saying you play Gabe ahead of Kyle, obviously not, Gabe would have gotten up more than 4 shots. He always does, right? So I'm looking squarely at Kyle Lowry. I mean, the rest of the team other than Jimmy Butler was 15 of 55. It takes a lot of players being pretty crappy to do that, and the 2 that are getting paid the most right now are Kyle Lowry and Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And first of all, shout out to Samuel Alangsar for the $4.99 dono. Are Bam's knee problems the thing preventing him from playing the same amount of minutes as Jimmy in the playoffs?
I don't think so.
There you go. You have it from Boss Man. But as far as the creation thing goes, you can't have 2 of our top 3 or top 4 players in Bam Adebayo and Kyle Lowry just refusing to look at the basket. If they're threatening to take a shot and if they're threatening to score, the passing is going to open much more anyways. So they need to be much more aggressive and just putting the shots up. We saw earlier during the season and last year, Bam had a really, really good in-paint floater. He's completely gone away from that. I want to see him get back to that little 10 to 8 foot push shot that he had. But he needs to be looking at the rim, and Kyle Lowry needs to be looking at the rim as well. We understand those are pass first guys. They want to set up their teammates. They want to get them going. But at the end of the day, they're some of our best players, and your best players are supposed to win your playoff series. You know, you don't want to rely on Max Strus and Gabe Vincent on having big games when they're not supposed to, when Kyle Lowry and Bam Adebayo should be the ones scoring and making the bigger plays. So I understand they want to create. I think that's a good point that you made, getting Kyle Lowry adjusted when we had that lead, because it was kind of a throwaway game in a sense, and now he's kind of a little more acclimated to it. But this game, we need to see Bam, we need to see Kyle looking at the basket, threatening to score, and that's just going to open up way more passing lanes.
Brady, when we look at the Bam situation in greater context, you know, we're talking about them trying to win a championship this year, okay? And Milwaukee has a 2-1 lead in their series. And I believe they're going to win that series. I said that before the series, with or without Chris Middleton. I just think that they have the best player in the world right now. I don't think that Middleton taking some of his shots, him taking some Middleton shots hurts them. I think in some ways it actually helps them. And so we know that if Miami gets through this series, the likelihood is going to be they're going to see the Milwaukee Bucks on the other side. We absolutely know how the Milwaukee Bucks are going to play Bam Adebayo. They have played him the same way every single time. And if Bam plays like this, the Heat are losing in 5. I'm sorry. It's not Heat in 5. It's Bucks in 5. So that's why I feel like, again, I'm putting the onus on both him and Kyle. But I do feel like Kyle, again, we know Kyle can be aggressive at times, but I just keep coming back to Bam. And again, I'm not discrediting the defense. I'm not going to have the max player conversation here necessarily. I don't know what it's going to take. I mean, you can't have Jimmy Butler basically carrying this team to the finals. It's not going to happen this year.
Yeah, I'd be eyeing Bam a little bit more in a Milwaukee series than a Philly series per se. For one is because we know how they defend. They're going to basically lock off the rim and basically dare him to take the jumper. And like we say before, it's not even about he has to hit the jumper consistently. He has to take it. Like, he has to just let them respect it at some level for them to alter it. The reason I don't compare it to this series, and it's the reason I look at Kyle a little bit more here, is Kyle has the gaps in this series more than Bam does. Kyle's the one that has the gaps, and he's feeding it into Bam, who's kind of forcing Bam then to make a play from there. And the reason is that they don't defend the same as Milwaukee. What we've seen as of late, or in the last game when Embiid came back, Embiid's not playing the same type of drop that Brook plays or Giannis plays. They're playing much higher in drop, where that's why we saw Jimmy be able to be effective at the rim in Game 3. He's able to kind of alter those drop coverages and get to the basket. There's still opportunities for Bam there, and I think one of the things to look for, yes, he has to be aggressive. Yes, he has to take the open shots. But I'd like to see a couple of possessions where they run a set for him. I know it's something we talk all the time about, but if you stretch Embiid away from the rim and you set these screens with guards and you allow him to get a little bit of a runway, I think that's the way to beat this specific coverage against Philly. So I'm looking out for that. But in a Milwaukee series, not to get ahead, but I know you just brought it up, that is the difference maker. When we're going to head into that series, if they head into that series, that's the topic. It's take the elbow jumper, and then everything could change from there.
Let's get to the other big rotation topic. And Greg just disappeared as I was going to ask him the question. So we'll pivot here, and I'll throw this one to Jonathan. I was having a conversation with George Sedano about this, and he believes strongly, and he was at the game in Philadelphia, talked to Doc before the game, has a sense kind of what Philadelphia is trying to do. And he said they need to play Duncan Robinson, and they need to play him during the Matisse Thybulle minutes. That's essentially where you can hide him defensively, is when Thybulle's on the floor. Let him guard a non-factor on the other side and give Duncan some minutes to kind of loosen the defense up. Do you agree with this? And if they do, who is the guy who loses minutes? Because even with Dedmon out, I mean, it could be Duncan, actually. I mean, you could just decide we're just going to go with space, not play another big. PJ plays backup 5. Bam gets more minutes. Maybe Caleb gets some spot minutes, and you go that way. But would you play Duncan Robinson tonight?
I think the only reason you play Duncan Robinson is if Max Strus just, doesn't have anything going in a quarter or two. It's really tough to play him, and sure, you can try to hide him, but if you have somebody like James Harden, or if he ends up switching onto a Joel Embiid, he's a foul magnet. And you already have 2 foul merchants with a foul magnet. That's just going to make it even worse. I don't want to see Duncan Robinson in this game unless it's absolutely necessary. But I do agree to your point with having Thybulle out there. You can kind of hide him, but with the way Miami plays defense, we're switching a lot of actions right now. He's going to seemingly get switched onto him in a low shot clock situation. I don't really trust Duncan to defend any of those guys. So I don't think you really put him in unless you see Max not having anything going. He's 0-5, 0-7 in the first half, and you're like, all right, we need a little bit of three-point shooting. And that case, that's when you put him in.
But Ricky, here's the thing. I mean, you have a guy who made 8 threes in the first game of the playoffs this year. Philadelphia will have to guard him. We know that. Like, I mean, you can, regardless of the struggles that he's had, I mean, you have to play him. There is still, I know everybody hates the gravity word. It exists to a certain degree still, okay? You put him on the floor, they have to account for him. And I just wonder if it makes Embiid move a little bit more, and there's some other actions that you could create out of it. The concern is playing Bam with Duncan and then Bam becoming totally not aggressive because he's just looking to pitch the ball to Duncan on dribble handoffs because he's got his buddy back. How do you view that? I mean, we've said that the Heat are going to go to the finals or not go to the finals based on the play of their stars. So I'm going to stay with that. It's Jimmy, it's Bam, it's Kyle, and it's Tyler. Like that is this, you know, the rest of these guys have had, Victor's had moments, Duncan's had moments, Max has had moments, Gabe has had moments, but you go based on your stars. But it does feel like maybe Duncan could be potentially a release valve for at least one or two of the stars. Is that fair?
It's fair. It's just not necessarily realistic, given everything we've been through with this guy. He doesn't show up when you need him to. He doesn't show up against the talented teams of the East or even in the league. I mean, he's had maybe one or two really good games against the better teams in this league. I went back and looked at the stats during a Post Up 5R episode some time ago, and it blew my mind how much he actually underperforms when you actually need him. No, I would rather see at this point, and I know this might sound hyperbolic or whatever, but I'd rather see Depot chuck those threes at this point, because at the very least, if he misses him, he'll get back on defense and potentially make a defensive stop to make up for that missed three that potentially creates a transition opportunity. Duncan Robinson is unplayable. I know there's this, I don't know if it was Winderman or whoever that talked about how Duncan is trying to take a professional approach to it, to not playing, but this was a long time coming. We've been having the Duncan conversation for quite some time now. It's gut check time, and he hasn't the stomach to handle it. I mean, I don't trust him in pressure-packed situations like tonight will be. This is game 4. The winner either goes up 3-1 or ties 2-2 and forces a game 6. I don't trust Duncan in a situation like that. He hasn't proven that. The bubble was 2 years ago. Other than that, this is a guy, even the slightest trade rumor, he goes 1 for 9 for the next 2 weeks. It's over. Okay, maybe it's not over. I shouldn't say that, but the ship has sailed. I'm Duncan. No, he's not a playoff player. I'm sorry, Duncan fans.
This comes in from one of our followers, Phoenix, not the Phoenix Suns. Doc is expecting Duncan won't even play. I mean, they have a plan for everything, but they have more of a plan for some than for others. And their focus seems like in this series is in some ways, Brady, to bottle up Tyler Hero. The conversations that George had with Doc, they made being physical.
He went mute. I saw a quote from Arlene that just said, just test the water with Duncan maybe 5 minutes. Normally, Arlene, I'd agree with you, but you could lose a playoff game in 5 minutes. We can't risk that. I'm sorry. Even with the way we shoot threes.
Well, let me get back here to the Hero thing, but I appreciate that because I did go mute for a second. Part of the Doc focus in pregame, when the conversations they had with ESPN the other night, when we need to be more physical with them, particularly with Tyler Hero. If that is their strategy, how do the Heat exploit that? Because there's always a counter to something like that. So say the object is to get Tyler off of his spots. Okay. Who needs to, I mean, is it the same people we're talking about? Is Bam and Kyle basically?
Yeah. I want to say, first of all, you mentioning the Doc thing. It's funny because after game 1, or it might've been game 2, actually, he said something along the lines of, we don't care if other people make mistakes. We were just worried about Tyler, basically. Like, no matter if it was Jimmy, Bam, Kyle, they were worried about Tyler more than anybody on the floor, that they just wanted to find ways to get him off his game. They didn't in game 1 and 2. And I don't think the Embiid insertion is it kind of changed that in game 3. I think it was that they were being more physical. They were blitzing him out. I think about the one play where they blitzed him out so far that the back of his foot hit the half-court line and it was a backcourt violation. Like, that's what's going to happen. I think the alternative there, I think they're going to have to go for one, they're going to have to go high pick and roll. Like they're still playing this type of drop that they're going to have ways to go into high pick and roll and try to space the floor. And when you're saying space the floor, you have to have spacers. So when we have this Duncan Robinson conversation, if you want to find a way to plug in Duncan Robinson, it's for one, not going to Kyle Lowry, Tyler Hero, Victor Oladipo, Jimmy Butler, Bam lineups to kind of limit spacing. You want to find as much spacing when he has the ball in his hands. And that's pretty much it. I think there's going to be gaps there in the mid-range. I think a lot of it, the numbers we're showing in game 3. Like I know we're talking about this game because we have to in the light of they lose this game, it's 2-2, and it's for sure a series. But that was one of the worst offensive showings that we've seen. Like the numbers on pull-ups, open pull-ups, wide open threes, they were pretty insane. Yeah. So I think a lot of that has to do with it. And I do want to rewind real quick one back to another thing. Speaking of Duncan, we mentioned the Bam Duncan thing. Yes, Bam does look around. He looks for Duncan handoffs. You want to know the way that you get Bam open looks and try to find ways for him to be aggressive around the rim. You run those handoffs, and when they're worried about Duncan, you have that little pocket pass to Bam, and he gets hitting on the roll. So I don't think it's crazy to try it. I think we see Duncan tonight, but I don't think we see him for 2 halves. I think we see him in 1 half, and it's probably the second half.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think this could be a rotation that changes in the second half. Sometimes when Spoelstra's missing a player, it gives him the flexibility to do that. LP fan, I do agree with that. Look, to me, that is the missing piece from this team. I've said all along. Jimmy's their best player. Tyler is their best scorer. Bam is the X factor on whether they get to the finals or not. That's the way I viewed this the whole year. That hasn't changed for me. All right, let's get to the picks here. Typically, Greg does the prize picks here. Somebody asked about why the prize picks are so low for the Heat tonight. They are. So go check them out. Prizepicks.com. Use the code 5. Tyler's number from a scoring perspective is way down from where it's been. So if you have faith in Tyler Hero to get himself free tonight, go to prizepicks.com. Use the code 5, F-I-V-E. They'll match your initial deposit up to $100. You don't need to play it all at once. And, of course, you can pair the Heat game with other games. So there's no other NBA game tonight. But with other games during the week or with the MLB games tonight or anything else that you want to do there. All right, let's get to the picks. Let's do them quickly. Alejandro's going to take us from here. Thanks to our sponsors, Biscayne Bay and Mark Brown. I'll start with you here, Ricky. This thing tied at 2?
It feels like it. This is a must-win game for the Miami Heat. I think the first round pretty much showed us what could happen if you play with your food. This Heat team might be the number 1 seed. They might have home court advantage, but I don't think you want to play with your food with regards to this arguably more talented Sixers team. You don't want to do it. I think it ties 2-2. I'm still sticking with my Heat in 6 prediction, but I'm more than happy to be wrong tonight because if Miami wins this going back to Miami, I think the series ends in 5 as opposed to the 6 that I predicted. But I don't know. Embiid's going to be a problem for Bam. I'm not optimistic about Bam.
I agree with you about a lot of that. By the way, talking about playing with your food, the Phoenix Suns won 60-plus games this year. Mm-hmm. They're going home 2-2, and it doesn't look like they have control of that series at all. So
Chris Paul.
That's the thing, and you just don't know when these things are going to happen in the playoffs. So, like I said, you have to pull it out when you can. Jonathan, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to see Miami as well. I think that to Brady's point, it was an outlier game offensively. We weren't shooting the ball well as all. And defensively, I felt like we did a decent job. We forced 18 turnovers. We kept them under scoring 100 points. You know, Danny Green had an outbreak game. So I feel like Miami's in a pretty good position to get the win tonight. I think the only thing I'm worried about is if Bam gets in foul trouble, because then I'm worried about what happens in that front court. But if Miami's able to, stay out of foul trouble as far as that front court goes, continue to move the ball and essentially defensively do the same thing they did last game, I think they can get the win tonight.
Brady?
Yeah, I think looking at this game for one, I think this is a Jimmy game. Like I look at last game and I see he was one of the major guys that struggled along with everybody else. But something clicked. I think it was an adjustment period in terms of the Embiid coverage and everything shifting there where he got it going. And I think there's a lot of advantages there. I think you're going to see the one thing I keep talking about is putting Embiid in the action with Jimmy because they're playing so much higher. He's going to have driving lanes that eliminates him as a weak side helper on the baseline. Like there's a lot of elements I think they're going to utilize Bam in this game. I know somebody when I said that put $150 on Jimmy going for 35, 10, and 10, which I am not responsible for. But I will say I do think this is a Jimmy game. I think Miami wins.
Wow. I said Heat in 6 before the series, 5 if Embiid didn't play. And if they're going to – and now I don't know how we call that because Embiid's playing, although he wasn't playing in the first 2. And I want to say Miami closes this thing out in 5. I don't have a good feeling about tonight. I think that some of the shooting will progress back to the mean a little bit. The other guys are not going to shoot 15 of 55. Gad Cartagena has some great stats up about, again, 0 of 8 on open shots for, I think, Jimmy and Tyler. I mean, there was just a lot of, or Bam and Tyler, like, that's not going to happen again. I do think Kyle will be more aggressive. But I also think that Philly found some things in the last game. I think that Embiid's just being big like that. I mean, just honestly, just not being DeAndre Jordan. Like that was enough to give the rest of them confidence. The Heat have really not been able to shut down Maxey in this series, and I don't feel like they're going to be able to. I think we've seen the best of Harden. Honestly, I've said that repeatedly. I mean, the last game, they were making a big deal of him. He ended up with 17 on bad efficiency again. I mean, that's who he is at this stage. But I have a bad feeling that tonight we're going to be talking about the late game offense. Like, I feel like Miami will be much more competitive in this game. I think it will go to the wire, and this is where I worry about this team. And that's the thing about the way that they came out so flat in game 3. They gave themselves no margin for error tonight. I have a bad feeling for Heat fans. They're coming back 2-2. I still think they can win the series in 6. I do. But I think that the carryover from the emotion of Embiid in the last game, maybe too much. Tyler needs to be really good tonight because I'm not expecting it from Bam. I'm not. So Tyler's going to have to overcome these circumstances. All right, stick with Alejandro through the game. We got Pace and Space at halftime on Twitter. Post Up 5R with the whole crew. Royals back tonight, so you don't have to deal with the rest of us. But he's back tonight on Post Up 5R. I'll actually be on WSVN after the game tonight as well, and there'll be a 5 on the floor tonight too. So everybody, have a good night. Hopefully, I'm wrong.
All right. Thank you guys for being here in the pregame show. Let's read some of you guys' comments before we go and listen to Eric Spoelstra and Doc Rivers. Let's go back to JQ here. So he says, Duncan gets targeted too much. No one's hating. Anthony says, there's no Bam. If aggressive, he won't never, but he never will. We have alpha role players with beta second start. And by the way, for all of you guys, we're going to be doing a hangout. So stay here with us all throughout the game. We're going to be watching the game, talking a little bit about what's going on, and we want to read your comments live as the game is going. So please go grab something to eat, go grab something to drink, and then come back here to this same link. We're going to be hanging out here. Heat buckets, Jay Smith says Hero needs to look to score. This playmaking thing is not what he's here to do. Alex says Kyler Martin on Maxey. Arlene says, what if he can shoot those threes? Talking about Duncan Robinson. Joe Pepe says, Kyle off the building and on a plane back down here. LP fan says, if Ban shoots at a consistent clip and makes the defensive thing from mid-range, the Heat automatically has unlocked all the weapons to be a dynasty. So infuriating when he's so close. Paul Suski says, Duncan is like the old Dolphins. Just when you get excited, they just don't show up. I'd rather play Duncan than Kyle. Seiko says, we need to play Embiid one-on-one. Patrick says, the Duncan hate on this channel as Heat fans is unpalatable. Yes. Patrick, sometimes he gets a little bit over our limits. Shouldn't they call for Vic to pressure the rim more? Arlene says, Patrick, I agree with you. That's why I don't watch the post-game show. Well, you can stay with us, Arlene, here all throughout the hangout throughout the game, please. Let's see who else. Bryce Blackwell, Phoenix, Joe Pepe, Jose Matos. I miss Kyle Guy the last game. Arlene says, no bum Duncan to blame if we lose the game. Great Natalans. Natlan says, Baby Blue needs to up his numbers on pull-ups as in upper body exercise. Mike Watson, I think Bam has to be aggressive and get the Sixers in foul trouble with decisive moves to the hoop. Make him beat great. Block fine, but I don't think he will expect that kind of aggression. Milton Guzman says, your bet still has the pizzas. Mike Watson. Let me see who else. They brought it back. Yes, K-Devil. Let's not forget that Duncan started most of the season and hit over 200 3-pointers. His average was down, but there was games where he helped the team win. Well, and he did in the first game in the postseason against the Hawks. It was him leading the team offensively. They put the ball on Tyler the entire time. He was in the court. Coach has to try to get switches and have him play on Harden. 76ers are delicious. Let me see. Rum Gray, 102.98. He just feels like gritty plays, nothing flashy, and somebody besides Tyler. And Jimmy gets 18. Know who? I don't know. Joe Pepe. Again, let me see. Ron Baker. What if we win if Bam plays like an all-star? We have to attack and beat, foul or not. Alex. Aggressive Bam tonight, please. Fernando Lopez. What's up, Fernando? Tyler Hero drops a career high 61 tonight. Hitting 5, says our friend Greg Netland. Arlene is still hitting fam in 5. Jose Matos hitting 6 is real. Also, Deadman has been better defensively than Hero on and beat. Liam, thank you for subscribing. Thank you very much. And by the way, for all of you guys, if you haven't not done so, please subscribe to our channel. We are trying to get to 19,000. We already went past 18,000. We are at 18,150 something. Let's get to 19,000 by the end of the playoffs. Let's do that. Yes, we can do it. I never thought I would say this. We need Duncan today. Anthony says, have the guts. Ethan, dude said 61. Oh, man. Ethan is bearish. Betting the house on the Heat. We end up winning when Ethan doesn't have a good feeling. Tyler drops 100 and he takes a picture holding the paper with 100 on it. Hit him 5. I'm never going to stop being cocky. Cocky Heat fan. There you go. Got to play Embiid 1-on-1. Vital Sanes says, start playing Peppers Diamond 4-for-4 from 3. Let's go out predictions. Heat. Let me see. Who else? Derby. Miami Heat. Let's see it. Who else is out here? A-Train. So Deadman is out? Yes, he's not going to be playing tonight. Frank Almanzar says, Deep is good under pressure. He's going to show up. Royal King Gang. Have some guts. What up? What's up, man? How you doing? Arlene, you're wrong, Ethan. Has anyone flat out asked Bam why he's so timid against bigger opponents when he's heck athletic? Yes, I think they have. If you go back to the playoffs last year, I think there's a lot of that in those questions there. Even during this season, I kind of remember that conversation going on. What up, guys? Let's go Heat. Remember, stay here with us for the hangout. We're gonna start in about 20 minutes, a little bit more than 20 minutes. We still have a lot of content here to take you through the pregame show and then up to the start of the game. Y'all comment sound down. You forget Lowry was a beast going into playoffs. Yes, and we want him to be more aggressive. He only took 4 shots last game, so why not? Big Papo, Bam needs to watch some precious highlights. Embiid was killing Deadman. Bilal Sanin. Okay, no gaming says, do you have any predictions for the match? What about you? You have any predictions? I think the Heat wins tonight. I was not sure about game 3, but tonight they better win. I'm concerned with home court refs. They seem to keep it interesting. Last game was been tough, but it is what it is. It's Embiid and it's Harden, 2 MVPs, so they're gonna get a lot of calls. Felix Colon, let's go Heat. No Deadman, so you're playing your season. Felix Colon, who is all out for the Heat? Just Deadman. Good vibes, slots in poker. Me, Joseph O'Neill says, I want to see Bam more aggressive. Jimmy did his thing but Bam has to be in all-star mode. Yo or Joe. Big Papo says, Lowry has been a choke artist in the playoffs his whole career. Well, he did win a championship, and he was one of the key guys with those Raptors against the Warriors. Jimmy, 35 points, triple-double, has those good odds, worth to drop 100 on it. Well, you can also go to prizepicks.com and get a 100% match in your deposit. Play all the teams there, all the Heat players there. Where is Bam claiming he's defensive player of the year now? Well, we'll see what happens tonight if he can make an adjustment there and try to be better. Let's continue now with Eric Spolster. Let's see what he said about tonight's matchup, in particular after they lost game 3 of the series. Let's see if they can bounce back tonight and make it a 3-1 lead for the Heat in the series. Let's listen to his short press conference.
Deadman, are they expected to play?
They're expected to play.
Dwayne, when did this surface? How much concern is there for longer than 1 game?
I think it'll be taken care of after that, but we'll see. It'll be day to day.
Did it require COVID testing?
He's negative.
Thank
What's the biggest adjustment your bigs, Bam, Dedmon, even a PJ have to make when Embiid is on the floor?
Oh, there's a lot of layers to that. Obviously, he's an MVP caliber player. He puts a tremendous amount of pressure, on your team defense. His ability to attack, shoot, pass, and then obviously draw fouls as well.
What do you think you guys did after switching and with regards, trying to front and handle the inside?
At times it was okay. I mean, we are who we are, and even against, a great post player, like Joel is, we're still going to try to do what we do and try to be, disruptive. Look, this is what the playoffs are about. It's who can get to who. And so there's some contrasting styles in this series, and that's probably what makes it, interesting, to the basketball fans out there.
Coach, you guys rejected a lot of ball screens and got the baseline side of the court. How do you anticipate the Sixers to adjust to that?
I don't know. They do a good job of protecting the paint, protecting the rim. Again, we are who we are. We're not going to reinvent the wheel right now. We are capable of being better offensively. We have to do it with more intention, with more force, and attention, to detail. And they have some things that they're going to try to take away, So again, who's going to make who blink? All right. Thank you.
All right, that was Eric Spoelstra talking about tonight's matchup. He said something similar to that Game 3 press conference, pregame press conference. See who blinks first, and the Heat didn't have a good start in that particular game. Let's listen now to our beloved Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers, see what he said about today's matchup. Let me see. Let me look for it here. Philadelphia. Here we go. Doc Rivers talking about Game 4 of the series.
Hello, everyone. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. Not
Happy
you.
Mother's Day, guys.
And everyone out there. Yeah. Take your time.
Doc, how's the big guy feeling after his first game back? How's he feeling? How's he looking to you?
He feels good, it looks pretty good. So yeah, I think he's better. He got hit I think his other hand was hit. So yeah. I got a feeling the playoffs are going to be a lot of hitting, going by what I'm watching. So, but again, he's really weathering the storm and getting through stuff. So good. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Yeah. The Canelo fight was interesting.
What do you think the keys to this one is, or it's just the same script?
It's the same script, a little bit different, obviously. I wouldn't be shocked if Duncan Robinson played some, with the way he shot the ball, shoots the ball. The fact that they have him on the bench with all that shooting just tells you how deep they are. But I think that won't change how they play if he does play. Listen, they're going to come in and feel like we felt after Game 1, where we missed a lot of shots and then did it again in Game 2. So I guess it was their turn. Hopefully they can do it again in Game 4.
Do you like this just match kind of like when the playoffs come, coaches like?
Yeah, I don't think it's as much as given. I mean, obviously, I think you build your team all year. So as a great coach told me once, you're building your chessboard during the season. By the time the playoffs start, they're already in place. Now you have to move them around, but they're already in place.
You mentioned their missed shots. I guess how much of that from Game 3 is them missing shots versus stuff?
I think a little bit of both. I thought we were way better defensively, but I also thought they did miss some shots. I'm sure it's the same way we felt. Like it's always going to be every night, every NBA game is going to be a make-miss game. There's going to be nights where you play good defense and they still make shots, and you still got to figure out a way to win that game. There's going to be nights where you get great shots and you can't make anything, and then you got to try to figure out how to win that game. Not a lot you can do about it, but all you can do is get guys shots. And once they get those shots, if they're going great, you're better. You're a smarter coach that day. If they don't, then you have to still try to figure out a way of winning the game.
So in terms of like the shots you guys didn't get that.
Yeah, I thought the defense was better. I thought in the paint for sure, Joel had big, he made a big difference. Also, I thought he was able to pressure the bigs out. There are times, one of the things Miami does a great job of, they get it to Bam. Bam's one of the better passers in the league. I don't think he gets enough credit for that. And Joe got up and forced him out higher. That's something that none of our other bigs could really do as well. And just with Joe's size and quickness, that helped.
Doc, it looked like times game 3, Kyle was getting right into like the top of the yard for another drop cover.
Yeah.
Is that something that you wanted to live with?
No, I think Kyle had a game similar to Joel's where he hadn't played, and he'll be better tonight. We have to expect that, and we talk about it every game. Expect their best, and then try to stop it. And so Kyle will be better. I didn't like that he went left, probably 7 times, and that's the way he wants to go. And he didn't do anything with it, but that's not going to be him tonight.
It's not. There was also like Jimmy and Kyle and Tyler did a lot of rejecting the ball screen.
Yeah.
How do you mitigate that?
Stop rejecting. Obviously, I mean, it's not like when we call our coverage, we don't want rejects. That's in every defense in the NBA. But guys are good. They really are. And there will be some tonight. We know that. And so on those, hopefully we can guard them. But rejects are very hurtful to your defense.
What can James do to kind of limit some of the turnovers in the series?
Yeah, listen, they're running and jumping them. Be more aware of them coming. Whenever he turns their back, they're coming. And they come hard. A lot of teams kind of, shell up. They're not doing that. They're attacking his dribble. We watched it on tape. He sees it. He'll be better.
They have less size, obviously, off their bench tonight with Dedmon out. Does that alter your thinking in terms of playing Joel when Bam is on the bench, or do you not change?
No, I don't worry about who Joel plays against. We want him on the floor as many minutes as he can be on the floor. And honestly, we talked about it before we heard about Dedham. We really believe that they probably would go smaller today anyway against our second unit.
Some of isolation matchups have been more fruitful than others. Like when he's up against Bam and Bam switches and it's in front of him, are you telling him more likely that he should get off the ball, or do you?
Well, we just want him to make plays, and Bam is an excellent defender. That's why they're able to switch. Now they put quickness and size on James. So that's not the matchup we're looking for. It's the matchup that we've had too many times. All right, guys. Thank you.
All right. That was Doc Rivers talking about tonight's game, and Doc Puña Colada Rivers, Doc Cancun Rivers, Doc Payne Rivers. Well, don't make fun of him yet. We still have to win 2 more games for the Miami Heat to advance to the next round. Guys, I was watching the numbers. We are getting closer to 18,200 subscribers. So please subscribe if you haven't done so to help us keep growing here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. Let's continue now with an episode. So let's review a little bit of what happened in that particular game, the game 3 of this series against the Philadelphia 76ers. So we're going to play an episode of 5 on the floor, and then we'll be back. Please stay with us. We're going all through the game with you guys, so stay with us. We're going to hang out. We're going to talk. I'm going to be calling the play, see what I see there, comment on it, and please join us. Let's have fun during this game. It's a Sunday night. It's game 4. It's a good day to be sharing some time here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. Let's do it. Here, first, before that, 5 on the floor.
Welcome to the latest episode of 5 on the Floor in the 5 Reasons Sports Network. Thanks for joining us on your favorite podcast app. We're on Podbean, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. We're also on Dash Radio on their Nothing But Net channel every single weeknight at 7 p.m. Also, check out the 5 Reasons YouTube channel before Floor, an hour before every game. Post up 5R as soon as the game ends. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. I'm having a night like the Heat. The subscribe button so you'll get all of their content, all of our content throughout the day. Also, check out 5reasonsports.com. Spell that one out. You get the latest takeaways from Brady Hawk and others without a paywall, and the great sponsors of the 5 Reasons Sports Network. That includes prizepicks.com. That's our official fantasy sponsor. Use the code 5, F-I-V-E. Get your initial deposit matched up to $100. You don't have to spend it all at once.
play 2, 3, 4, 5 players together. Today I played a few different things, and thank God, because one of them was way off, but one of the other ones hit. So go to prizepicks.com, use the code 5, get your initial deposit matched, again, up to $100 if you use that code. You can also play the Stanley Cup playoffs, MLB, all of the other sports, and you can pair players from different teams and different sports. Prizepicks.com, use the code 5, F-I-V-E. And now,
5 on the floor, ride for my dogs. Where here's the thing, you can check the score. Hustle hard, couple scars, wearing bubble frauds. Just like Butler said, you in trouble, y'all. Kept the floor playing, got it all banned. Y'all seen the block, stop with one hand. And Pat we trust, it's power, have the guts. We're here to bring the heat, y'all can hang it up.
Welcome to 5 on the Floor, a daily insider show on the Miami Heat and the NBA, featuring Ethan Skolnick, Greg Sylvander, and Alex Toledo, plus others from the 5 Reasons Sports Network.
Ethan Skolnick back on 5 on the Floor. Here's tonight's floor plan. I've got Greg Sylvander. You can follow him at Greg Sylvander. I've got Brady Hawk. You can follow him at Brady Hawk 305. Alex Toledo, we lent him over to the post-up show tonight, so you can catch that later if you want to on the channel. The Miami Heat lose Game 3 in Philadelphia, 99-79. They pulled within 3 at the end of the third quarter. It looked like, as bad as the night had gone up until that point, that they might have had one more run in them. They did not. Tyrese Maxey put them away in the fourth quarter. The big stories tonight, the availability of both Joel Embiid and Kyle Lowry. Pretty safe to say that Joel made more of an impact on the game. He wasn't elite tonight, but he did give the Sixers 18 points and 11 rebounds, whereas Lowry in 25 minutes, no points on 0-4 shooting, 0-2 from 3, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. The Heat get 33 points from Jimmy Butler, 14 points off the bench from Tyler Hero. No one else on the team in double figures. I know what the story is going to be nationally. And again, we're going into the weekend, so it's a little bit different because you don't have, all of the talk shows going. It's going to be about Embiid. But to me, and I'll go to Brady on this first, to me, and it wasn't about Embiid tonight, right? His presence is better than DeAndre Jordan's presence. I give him credit for what he was able to contribute. But to me, this was just, a crappy performance by the Heat offensively from the very start that Jimmy Butler on his own could not save. That's the way that I viewed this tonight.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to talk about offensively with the things they didn't do well. That's, of course, going to be the topic. But I should say first that they didn't do a bad job defensively. Like, they scored 99 points. They were at 89 when it really mattered. Like, you look at the points that they were saving on the other end. Like, they did a good job with Joel Embiid. You mentioned the points and rebounds and stuff, but what would he end up as? 5 of 12 from the field, but they were fronting him, bothering him, doubling him. I said before the game they were going to be helping down off corners a ton just because they're going to force role players to beat you. They kind of did that in this game. Like, when we talk about what they did defensively, Danny Green, he had his game of the series because he shot 7 of 9 from deep. Like, I just cannot see that happening another game in this series because as we saw in games 1 or 2, that doesn't work out. But this is the offense. And I feel like there's a lot of things to talk about here. We started out in the game where you said, okay, they're short on their jumpers. They came out flat. Jimmy Butler was one of the main ones that came out short and flat. Like, every jumper was short. And then he turned it up after that. But just working backwards really quick, and the one thing I just want to touch on from this game that stood out to me more than anything was, you mentioned the 3-point game, end of the third, when they looked like they had a comeback in them. Jimmy Butler's looking like really good, bodying guys, getting to the rim. And then they started going to the Lowry Bam pick and roll. And we've talked a lot about Bam pick and roll combos. We talked in game 1 about Hero Bam, how great it was. We talked about in game 2, the Butler Bam combo, how great it was. Now it was the Lowry Bam combo. But the reason was, every time Lowry came off the screen, he had a jumper. He had the pull-up jumper just sitting there to be taken, and he didn't take it. What happens next? He feeds it in a tight window to Bam. Then it's Bam not willing to shoot it, and he's looking to his right to kick it or reset at the top. And the thing is, when you're looking to kick against this team, this Philly team overplays a ton. Like, we saw, like, there were some times where you're like, oh my God, go back door a couple times because they just overplay. But that's the issue, right? Like, right there. We could sit here and talk about Jimmy kind of willing them back and the shooting overall. But in my opinion, the reason they lost this game straight up is because of that combo right there, like not taking the shots. Like, we could sit here and we could talk about 0 points for Kyle Lowry and 3 assists. But that stretch right there is what made it problematic for me, that I just feel like the unwillingness to shoot, when you have a point guard that could feed a guy, but the guy that's being fed is also not willing to shoot it, it just puts your team in a really tough spot. So just looking at that stretch to begin the fourth quarter, I feel like that was more of a tell than maybe the first half was.
Yeah, to me, Kyle did not look ready to be back out on the court. I was surprised Spo stuck with Max as much as he did, 3 of 11, all from 3. Let's just be honest about a couple things. This is probably the worst offensive game the Heat have played all season. I know that their season low in points was 78. They got to 79. They shot 23% from 3 compared to 48.5% for Philly. And Philly had been shooting in the sub 20s in the first 2 games. To me, this is all about that the shots weren't going in. We can talk about why. I don't know that it was a ton that the Sixers were doing. Danny Green had the game of his life, 7 of 9 from 3. I don't think he's going to do that again. I'm going to knock on wood because we have Danny Green nightmares as Heat fans. But how about we just don't help off strong side corners? And then, there's elements of this where I feel like 5 of 6 from Tyrese Maxey. Is he really going to go 5 of 6 again? I don't know. So to me, yes, it was a great win for the Sixers, but there's no alarm bells where I'm thinking that this is now a different series than it was prior to the game.
Here's a stat I just put on Twitter. This is just easy math. Heat players other than Jimmy Butler made 15 out of 55 shots tonight. That is, what are we at now? My math is bad. It's 27%. 27%. The team other than Jimmy Butler. You're not winning like that. I mean, and I understand, we can talk about the strategic stuff for sure. Certainly the intensity. They came out weird tonight. They were kind of not intense in certain ways. They had stretches later defensively, obviously, where they were, but they were not intense. And at the same time, they were rushing, and then there were some other combinations in the first half. We talk about the insertion of Lowry, and yeah, you had to do this eventually. And I did think, and I think Greg, you and I both thought they would wait until they lost the game before they put him in. And now they have lost the game with him in, but it was one thing to go to these Hero, Oladipo, Butler combinations without Kyle. Now you've thrown something else into the mix where you have 4 ball handlers on the court at the same time. And at one point they had Bam out there with them too. So they had 5, and it looked like nobody knew who was supposed to defer, who was supposed to go. There was no off ball movement. This was a little bit too mad scientist Spo tonight.
Yeah.
This might have been a little too deferential to Kyle Lowry, who probably should not have played tonight, I would argue. And I think we didn't talk about the Kyle thing very much over the past few days because there was so much focus on Embiid. Everybody's like, is Embiid going to play? How is that going to change things? Well, Kyle Lowry playing changed things tonight. And it's not always going to change things in a bad way. He's been very important to them this season. But they had, again, it seems like every time that this team has a flow. And during the season, they had a flow with Kyle and the subs. And then they reinserted Jimmy and Bam back, and it was a transition. So it always seems like with this team that the more pieces they have, the more problems they have. Their depth is a really good thing for being able to fill out a competent rotation every night. Okay, that's what it's good for. But sometimes the depth is a problem when they have everybody available. That's been a consistent pattern this season. And it was tonight. I honestly felt that Kyle wasn't really doing anything out there tonight. Defensively, he was okay, but offensively, you're right. He's a non-shooter in that situation. And so, at least like you said, you talk about the Butler Bam pick and roll. Okay. Jimmy's going to attack during the playoffs. Okay. Maybe not during the regular season, but he's going to attack. Hero, Bam, Tyler, we saw it, is going to attack. Kyle's not going to attack. I mean, he didn't attack tonight. And so that was really problematic. I thought also we can talk about, Danny Green's not going to have that game again. You're right. James Harden, for all the talk about how well Harden was playing early, finished 4 of 11 and 1 of 7 from 3. I mean, he is cooked. This is his max at this point, 38 minutes and 17 points. Okay. And they still got nothing off their bench. I mean, between Milton, Tybal, Reed, and Yang, they scored, what did they get? 5, 9, 13 points. A couple of those were late. Okay. So
all of them have annoying faces too. Let's just sneak that in there.
Well, at least
all
you
of
can't
them, every
at least you
single
can't-
bench player, annoying faces.
At least you can't see Embiid's now. But I know I'm going long on this, but it's just I'm with you to a certain degree, Greg, that like a lot of this is not really repeatable for Philadelphia. But what does concern me a little bit for Miami is that, we have seen some games this year where like a lot of players go in a shell at once. And this did happen tonight. And I would say the single biggest concern was Bam was awful offensively tonight. Just really bad. I mean, we can talk about the defense and we can talk about the progress he's made. And it's not just the numbers being 2 of 9, but literally I've got Brooke Lopez going through my head as I'm watching Bam turn away from the basket when literally everybody's dropping, 6-7 feet back. And I just, if that's going to happen, they cannot make the finals. I just keep coming back to that. Some of the shooting will normalize. Strus probably won't be this bad again. Tyler probably won't be 2 of 7 from 3 again. And all the rest of that. But look, Jimmy was 11 of 17 when he stayed inside the 3-point line tonight. Okay. But the things that would be concerning are, Kyle kind of working his way back into shape. But the single biggest concern I have tonight, Brady, is Bam. That's just not good enough from Bam. That's not going to work.
Yeah, I think that was kind of what I was hinting at before, just like with that combo. But the issue is something you hit on a little bit ago was the lineup with multiple creators, multiple ball handlers. They went to for a little bit of a stretch where they went to Kyle, Hero, Depot, Jimmy, Bam, which what a lot of people before the season on paper would have been saying, oh, that's the death lineup right there. That's the lineup you want to go to at the end of a game. But it's the conversation we had when we were talking about Oladipo. Like when we weren't discrediting Oladipo when we were talking about him possibly returning. It was that, okay, when you're subbing him in for a Gabe, does the offense look the same? Does there the same movement? Is there the same spacing? When you have that 5 out there and it's one guy, it's 2 guys running a pick and roll or running a certain set in a 2-man set, and the other 3 are sitting there watching, that's just what you're going to get with those 5 essentially until something happens. Like you can talk all you want about, certain numbers from Strus or certain numbers from Gabe. The one thing you're going to get from them consistently is they're moving, they're screening, they're moving, they're running baseline, they're flying up off screens, that it causes some off ball movement. When you run that 5, it's just a lot of guys that are waiting to get the ball in their hands, that it just, I just don't think that's something you're going to want to see for long stretches. And I don't think it's something you want to see at the end of a game because it's not magically going to fix with 2 minutes left. Like there's got to be, I guess, a healthy diet there where you kind of figure that out. I think the Gabe factors you mentioned, Kyle plugging in for Gabe isn't as simple as maybe we thought it was, because Gabe could still, as good as Lowry is off the ball, there still is an element of him hunting for the ball and setting guys up. So getting back to what you said before, I think the Bam thing can really change things. Like if he's able to in this game, well, for one, if they had one extra guy step up and not be as bad as they were, it's an easy thing to say, but they're in this game even more so. Like if they just have one competent player next to Jimmy out there on the floor, they went through, we could look at Tyler and kind of count him because he had 14 points. He was the only other guy with double digits. Not only did he have a kind of a rough stretch there, but they weren't even playing him during that one run. Like he was not in the game in that fourth quarter for a major stretch there. That when you're sitting there with Jimmy and a bunch and 4 other guys that are really don't have it going, it's just tough. But I do want to add, when we're sitting here talking about Jimmy, because I don't want to just push his performance to the side, because this is one of those games where something clicks where he just starts getting back to Jimmy form, because this is a game where he really was bodying, getting guys to the rim and just scoring around the rim at a high level. And I felt like the reason why it's important moving forward that I wanted to mention is because you're going to have to include Embiid in more of these actions than maybe they did as frequently as they did in the first half, because he was playing really high in drop in this game, where he was playing right at the screen, where it was 2 plays in the first half was Jimmy rejecting a screen and going baseline because he had a wide open lane because there was no help defender because Embiid was playing so high. There's going to be those opportunities there. Once the shooting clicks in, maybe next game, and they have an extra spacer, I think it's got to be something where they can attack the rim.
Well, I think the thing about Jimmy's game today is you don't usually see him where he's so sort of off point for one stretch of the game and then, really on point. Yeah. Like I really didn't like the early part of the game for him. I mean, the standstill threes when there seem to be other options you can at least go to. They're just, you have no chance with that. And then it's like all of a sudden he came out in the third quarter, and I wonder if Spo said something to him. I'll be curious what's said in the post game, because everything was attacks after that. Everything was to the rim. And he just changed his entire disposition. But the other point I want to make based off what Brady's talking about, and this gets again back to what we've talked about all year, that it's not, teams have to fit. And Eric has done a great job of sort of putting the puzzle pieces together.
All right, let's start now with the Hangout here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. I know you guys were excited listening to the episode of 5 on the Floor, but you can do so the entire episode on our YouTube channel here later, maybe tomorrow or some other time. We are posting all of them here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel, so you can get our analysis right after the games. Let's watch this as this is folding right now. The Miami Heat are facing the Sixers in Game 4 of the series. The game's about to start, and we are ready to give you guys a little bit of a game calling, and then we're going to be reading comments as well. So make sure you send your comments over. Cody, what you doing? How you doing? Let's go Sixers. Jack Daniels, I don't know what's worse, the Heat losing the other night or the Panthers losing last night. Rush says he can be Mr. Nice Guy, but when the whistle blows, beast mode. That's how it should be. Bam needs some dog on him. Let me see who else. Greg says Heat in 5. We have the same starting lineups for both teams. The Miami Heat wearing black tonight. The Sixers going to wear red. I don't know why they switched uniforms, but here we go. The game starts, and we are going to be having some fun together here on the 5 Reasons Hangout live on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. Here we go. First ball of the game for the Sixers. And here we go. Let me see if I can actually share some of the noise that's coming from the actual broadcast. We'll try that when we get our timeout. All right. James Harden on the ball. He has Bam Adebayo on him. Ball to Joel Embiid, who has Max Strus on him right now. Double team. And that's the first turnover for Danny Green, who already missed one shot. So here we go. First possession for the Miami Heat now. Starting this game 4 of the series, the Sixers with that turnover. Here comes Jimmy Butler. Jimmy to Bam Adebayo. He finds Kyle Lowry. Shoots a 3. Misses. Rebound by PJ Tucker. Max Strus back to Tucker. Corner 3. And he makes it. So it's 3 points for the Heat. Already with 2 threes shots in the first couple of seconds. I like that aggression from Kyle Lowry. He had a good look to the rim. Why not? Go for it. Tyrese Maxey now. To his left, he has Bam Adebayo on him. Tyrese Maxey finds Harden, who lobs it to Embiid. Nothing to do for Max Strus there. So 2 easy points for the Sixers. 3-2 Miami. Kyle Lowry coming with the ball. He attacks the rim. Gets fouled, or at least that's what he's complaining about. And here comes a fast break. Maxey on Strus. Nothing to do for Max Strus there. So 4 straight points for the Sixers. I don't know what do you guys think about that play with Kyle Lowry? Was it a foul or not? It looked like a foul to me. Max Strus from 3. He misses, barely touches the rim. Here come the Sixers again. James Harden attacking PJ Tucker. Basket does not go in. Tyrese Maxey back to Joel Embiid for 3. That's a brick. He didn't even hit the rim. That's a bad play right there. Bam Adebayo attacking Joel Embiid. Almost loses the ball. Max Strus for 3. Corner 3. And now he makes it. So it's 6-4 for Miami. Couple of threes, couple of corner threes to start the game for the Heat. PJ Tucker and Max Strus. Here comes Tobias Harris with Kyle Lowry on him. And Lowry's complaining about some sort of a hit from Tobias. That's a mismatch right there. It was in game 3, and it is right now. Jimmy Butler attacking the rim. He gets fouled. He missed that shot, but he gets fouled. Let me see. Fans are booing there at Wells Fargo Arena. By the way, we have Sean Rochester there live at Wells Fargo Arena if you want to follow him at. And he's going to be, the guys are going to be doing the halftime show, Pace and Spaces. No Tony tonight. And Jimmy Butler misses his first free throw. He started that way on game 3 as well. He actually missed the first 2. Let's see if he can make one of those 2 today. And here we go. Jimmy Butler with the second one, and it's good. A lot of booing going on for Jimmy Butler, but he makes the second one. And here come the Sixers now. Tyrese Maxey with the ball to James Harden. James Harden to his left. He has Jimmy Butler on him. Switch. Now Tyrese Maxey. Tobias Harris. Back to Embiid. That's been too easy. They're finding Embiid, and it's been too easy in the paint for them. So we have to change something there. Something's not working on defense. Here comes Jimmy Butler to his left. He has a lot of space. Defender goes by, and then he misses an open 2. Rebound for PJ Tucker. Kyle Lowry for 3. He misses an open shot as well. So, again, missing a lot of open shots for the Miami Heat. Jimmy Butler first with the 2. He rushed it too much, in my opinion. And then Kyle Lowry missed yet another 3-pointer. So far, 2 threes for the Heat and 1 free throw. We see Jimmy Butler trying to not let Embiid get his ball down there at the rim. James Harden with the step back 3. He misses. And here comes the Heat. PJ Tucker from the corner as well. Ooh, that was a long one. The ball fell into Bam's hand, and that was a lucky shot for the Heat. So I don't even know if that counts as a rebound because that was such a horrible shot. It didn't even touch the rim. So that could, I don't know if it's a rebound or an assist there on PJ Tucker or Bam Adebayo. We'll see. Now Joel Embiid gets fouled, and he's going to the line. So pretty even match so far in the first couple of minutes. First 4 minutes already in this game 4 of the series. Let's see who's here watching the game. Seth X Games. Let's go Sixers. What's up, Seth? Thank you for coming. Remember, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the 5 Reasons Sports Network. Cass says, Lowry can't get around a lamp pole. Michelle Martinez says, why so you want to win? Let's go Heat. Their MVP chance for Joel Embiid, who makes it 10-9 for the Sixers. Here comes the Heat now. Jimmy Butler with the ball. He finds Bam Adebayo on the top of the key. Back to Butler. Corner for PJ Tucker. Max Strus to his right. Back to Tucker. Pick and roll. And Tucker with the floater. He makes it. So it's 11-10 for the Heat now. Great offensive possession there. A lot of ball movement. I love that possession. Oh, great defensive play now. A ball recovered by Kyle Lowry, who pushes the rhythm now. He gets in, back to Butler, and that's 2 easy points for Jimmy Butler. So it's 13-10. Good defense leading into good offense. For the Heat, it's James Harden now on the ball. He has Max Strus on him, so they're going to hunt him. Oh, they're finding Danny Green from 3 in the corner, and he makes it. Danny Green. Daniel Verde. He was key with 21 points. He was 7 for 8 or 7 for 9 in game 3. So if he can make those shots, it's going to be a tough series for this Heat in that regard. Timeout. So we're going for the first timeout of the game. Thank you to all of you that are here watching. More than 120 people right now, 127 people right now at the channel. And so far, we've had more than 3,000 people watch the pregame show and this hangout. Let's rewatch or review what's going on, talking about points in the first quarter so far, with almost 7 minutes to go still in the first quarter. 13-13 for the Heat, 5 points for PJ Tucker, 3 points for Butler and Max Strus, 2 points for Bam Adebayo, a couple of rebounds for Bam, a couple of rebounds for Strus, who also has two assists for Kyle Lowry as well. They didn't give PG Tucker an assist there in that particular play that I was talking about. For the Sixers, it's been 6 points for Joel Embiid, 2 easy baskets, and then he went to the line, so 6 points there. He's 2 for 2 from the free throw line. He has 1 rebound. 3 points for Danny Green. He just made his first 3 of the night. And I think, let me check. I think that was actually the third attempt from 3. I forgot about that. Joel Embiid, horrible attempt, and then the step back from Harden. So yes, Danny Green shot that first 3 of the game for him. And Tobias Harris, 2 points. Tyrese Maxey, 2 points as well. 13-13 so far in this game 4 of the series. Let's see. 200 Young Flyboy says, let's go Heat. Yeah, let's see who's a Heat fan here, because I see a couple of Sixers fans. I see Seth. Michelle is also a Sixers fan, a Heat fan, I'm sorry. Jack Daniels, I know. Cody's a Sixers fan. Welcome, Cody, to the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. Rush is a Heat fan as well. And we'll see what happens now. All right, we're here, and the game's about to start again. Game 4 and Game 5 is going to be taking place on Tuesday night here at FTX Arena in Miami. So we're going to have some more coverage from the arena then on Tuesday. Our friend Shaq Custom is a Sixers fan as well. So we have a lot of people from Philadelphia today. You guys are welcome. Thank you for hanging out with us. Let me see. Sohas Reddy says, Heat bringing on an all-star off the bench. We don't deserve to win. Let's go 76ers. Got this, bro. We'll see what happens. So let me see. Who's the all-star coming off the bench? Oladipo, maybe? Or Hero? Both of them. I mean, Oladipo has been an all-star. Hero's on his way there. We'll see. Or I don't know if you're talking about Duncan Robinson. Alfredo Baez says, 76ers fan, let's go. Lázaro Suarez says, Heat, baby. All right, we have a lot of Heat Sixers fans today. So you guys are welcome. Thank you. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Give it a thumbs up to this video so more people can actually get to it. Leave your comments. Share it with your friends that like basketball and like our sports coverage here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. So with 7 minutes to go, 6:59, I think it's going to be the same 5 on the court right now. Raymond Holbrook says, love the content. Keep the content going. Yes, Raymond. Thank you. Thank you very much. CED says, did you guys see Lowry get to the rim wide open to turn and pass the ball to Butler? Yes, we saw that. He gets an assist, but he should have shot that one right there. So right now, the Sixers are on zone defense. Here comes the Heat. Max Strus finds Tucker, who misses an open floater there. Too bad. Ooh, the Heat almost gets it there from Harden's hands. Here comes Danny Green again, and he misses. No, I think that was Tobias Harris. The Sixers are not going to be as good as they were in Game 3 from 3. That's for sure. So that's something the Heat has to look into. All right, Jimmy Butler from 2. He misses. So slow start for the Heat from the field. Let me check exactly what the numbers are looking like so far. Oh, it's actually not that bad. 5 for 12 right now. I thought it was worse. Joel Embiid double teamed by Jimmy Butler and Kyle Lowry, and he still gets the basket. And now turnover by Kyle Lowry trying to push the pace there. And they just lost it. Lost the ball there. Turnover. And it's Sixers ball again. BBC Flame Cat says, let's go Heat. NBA Addict says, why did Bam just switch off Embiid? They do that all the time. If you look at Bam, he's almost never with Embiid. Right now, it's Tucker on Embiid. By the way, Oladipo's in. I didn't notice that. Oh, good. Oh, they recovered the ball, and then Depot turned it over again. So that was a bad turn of events there at the Wells Fargo Center. Max Strus to Oladipo. Oladipo finds Jimmy Butler in the corner. Not much going on. Butler to Tucker. Backdoor. And he gets 2 points. That was a good Beautiful basketball play right there. Here come the Sixers now. It would have been tied, but Oladipo got robbed there easily. Now Oladipo's on Embiid. Tucker on Harden. Double team, and Embiid just throws it away. So it's a turnover. But Embiid, even though he was double teamed, he had size advantage there. So I don't know why he went for that tough pass. And now Kyle Lowry gets fouled. And it's going to be a side in. Thibault is coming in. Danny Green out. And it's hit ball with 18 seconds left. Here in the this possession, 4:48 left in the first quarter. Victor Oladipo time. All right, here comes Victor. He's asking for help. PJ Tucker coming to him. He uses that, goes by, attacks the rim, and that's another foul. This time he's going to go to the line. That foul is on Tobias Harris. So great play there by Depot. Very aggressive, asking for help there. And as soon as the help got there, he didn't even go through the screen to his right. He went through it and towards the rim and then attacked and got fouled by Tobias Harris. So good play there by Victor Oladipo. It's Victor time. So let's get it. Too bad he got robbed there earlier from that ball. Oladipo makes the first one. Lowry's talking to some guys, some of the refs, I'm sorry. Tobias Harris goes to the bench. And Struz goes to the bench. But not for Duncan Robinson. Let me see who's in. Butler, Oladipo, Tucker, Tyler Hero's in now. So Victor Oladipo came in first before Tyler Hero. And it's now Lowry, Oladipo, Hero, Tucker, and Butler right now. No Bam Adebayo. So it's a really small team. Embiid still on the court right now. James Harden. They're trying to find Embiid. That was a bad pass. What happened there? It's a turnover for the Sixers. They stopped the play even though the Heat had the ball already. So here comes the Heat. Oladipo to his right. He attacks the basket. Goes around. Embiid on him. So this is a matchup that he wants. Oh, Embiid, good defense. That was a leg kick right there. Embiid fires off the crowd. And Oladipo couldn't go past him. But that was a matchup that he wanted anyway. So here we go. 14 seconds for the Heat now. MVP chance for Joel Embiid. Ball back to Oladipo. He has Harden on him. And he gets fouled. And Harden complains about that play that he always does, which is to bring his arms up, under, and then up. And now he gets called for a foul. And he complains a lot about it. So it's going to be Depot going to the line right now. Depot first sub. Yes, that was a little bit of a difference there. Depot came in a little bit before Tyler Hero. Ref, you are not good. Some chants coming off the stands here at Wells Fargo Arena. Lowry don't want to get packed. Oladipo coming in. He misses the first free throw. So a couple of missed free throws so far for the Heat. One from Jimmy Butler, one for Adebayo. Oladipo, Victor Oladipo. Adebayo right now it's sitting down. He had only one attempt, and that was because the ball just fell in on his hands. So not a great start by Adebayo anyway. So here comes Oladipo. He makes the second one. So it's a 1 point advantage for the Heat right now. Here comes James Harden. Harden with Victor Oladipo on him. James Harden. Double team. He finds Tyrese Maxey. Back to Embiid. Embiid for three. He makes it. That's a shot that you are okay with Embiid taking. I mean, if he's going to take threes, okay, go for it. Oladipo now attacking the basket, and he gets 2. So it's 20-20 right away. Back to it. James Harden with Victor Oladipo on him. Tyler Hero. Now PJ Tucker on him. Nothing going on. He makes the pass. It's a turnover by James Harden. Kyle Lowry wants the ball. He's in a rush. And here we go. Kyle Lowry. PJ Tucker. Kyle Lowry with the ball. He gets a screen from Jimmy Butler. Pick and roll to the corner for Tucker. Ooh, he misses another open one. Too bad. That was a great play. Great design play there. James Harden attacks the basket. He runs into Jimmy Butler. That's an offensive foul. Second foul for James Harden. So with 3 minutes, 5 seconds left, PJ Tucker comes out. And who's coming in? Let me see. Gabe Vincent coming in. Adebayo coming in as well. So it's Gabe Vincent, Butler, Oladipo, Adebayo. Ooh. And here comes, there's a foul off the ball. So it's Hero, Vincent, Depot, Bam Adebayo, and Jimmy Butler. Those are the 5 on the floor right now. And there's a timeout. It's 20-20 with 2 minutes, 53 seconds to go here in the first quarter. What a shoot by Depot. Yes, he's being very aggressive, and I love it. I love it because that's what we need. We need to be a little bit more aggressive. Greg Netland says, we more disciplined, bring the Bucks or Celtics, it doesn't matter. Well, first you have to win this series. We'll see what happens. Alejandro is back here. What's up, Tocayo? How you doing? Welcome back, man. Welcome back to all of you that are back here with us. Vic says he hates this lineup. The one that's right now on the court, the one that I just read. Yeah, maybe. Maybe not the best lineup, but and no Duncan Robinson yet. So let's review what's going on so far. Off the bench, 5 points from Victor Oladipo. PJ Tucker is leading the team with 7 points, even though he missed that open 3 at the end. He's 1 for 3 right now from 3. PJ Tucker, 7 points then. So it's 3 points for Butler, 3 for Strus, 2 for Adebayo. No points for Kyle Lowry, even though he was a little bit more aggressive in the beginning of the game. He did let one easy basket go by, and he gave those points to Jimmy Butler. So far, Gabe Vincent just got in, and Tyler Hero with 1 minute 45 seconds. He still hasn't put any shots up yet. Great to be back. Yeah, great to have you here, man. Thank you very much for joining us once again here on the 5 Reasons Hangout. This is game 4 of the series. Miami Heat winning 2-1. Let's review how things are going around the NBA right now. We are back here. We just had some issues, so I'm gonna be back in a second. All right. It's 2020 still. They're still in that timeout. So bear with me here in a second. My laptop just shut off, but it's gonna turn up. I'm gonna turn it on right away, and we'll be back with more action. Okay. Let me see who else is here. All right, we are back to it now. So, just now we're back. All right. No, not you. You're the good guy. All right. Now we're talking. Here we go. We're back. I'm sorry. I had some issues going on here. Oh, man. Good thing this happened earlier, not in the middle of a great run. So we're back to the action. I missed a little bit of it, but it's Oladipo going to the free throw line. So it's going to be a couple of shots for Depot there. He makes the first one. All right, here we go. Back to a 22-20 for the Heat. Here comes the Sixers. Thibault with the ball. Back to Maxey. Joel Embiid with the screen. They find in the corner, and it's a three from Tobias Harris. Now we're back to the actual action, a little bit closer to what's going on. Bam Adebayo attacking Joel Embiid. That was a foul. A little elbow to the face there. The crowd is booing, but we all saw it. Bam is not one to be flopping. And that's a foul on Embiid. So he's going to a free throw line. And that's the thing with Bam. When he gets aggressive, he can get those points or get to the line. So 2 free throws for Bam Adebayo, who makes the first one. And let's wait for the second one. Welcome to the Hangout here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. I hope you're having fun, enjoying the action here now. We are trying to give you as much content as we can during the playoffs, doing this Hangout, doing the Pace and Spaces, and the post-up show right after the game. As soon as the game's over, post-up show here live on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. They hit with a great defense, and they almost get a turnover. I hope Bam keeps attacking, says our friend Ronald Fonte. Yes, I hope so too. Hopefully he can continue with that aggression. All right, here comes the Sixers. Tyrese Maxey in the ball. They find Tobias. No, this is Niang. Georges Niang. Back to Tyrese Maxey for 3. He makes it. So it's 26-24 now for Philadelphia. They've been a little bit better than they were in Miami with those threes. Like Doc Rivers says. Oh, back. Good. Look at that. Good play by Victor Oladipo to Bam Adebayo, and he gets 2 easy points. That's the thing. That's the Bam we want to see. And great pass by Victor Oladipo there. So it's 26-26 right now. There we go, Bam, says our friend NBA Addict. Yes. And now a foul on Gabe Vincent. His first foul, and to not let Embiid get the ball, and he was called for a foul. It's been a fun first quarter so far. Much better than it was in this game 3. Tyler Hero, no shots yet. Come on, Tyler. This is your time for 3. He misses. Long rebound. Butler can't get it, and it falls into Embiid's hands. He fell over. What happened there? A foul. I didn't see the foul, but here we go. Art Smith says, let's go Heat. Thank you, Art, for being here. So he's going to the line, actually. I didn't see what happened, but okay. Here we go. So it's Milton. He misses the first one. And Milton taking the second one. Bam da bing, bam da boom, says our friend Alejandro. Oh, man. Milton misses both free throws, so it's 28-26 now. And it's hit ball. 38 seconds. Tyler Hero with the ball. Back to Depot. Back to Hero. Now to Adebayo. He uses that screen, gets to his spot, and shoots a 2. So it's 28-28. Last couple of possessions here in the first quarter. One for the Sixers, one for the Heat. And here come the Sixers. Tyrese Maxey. He has Gabe Vincent on him. Now the switch, Oladipo, and Vincent is on Embiid. That's an obvious. Ooh, they call another foul on Vincent. Oh man, these fouls, they look like those fouls that they were calling a couple of years ago in the playoffs. Just if you touch him, it's a foul. 2 fouls for Gabe Vincent very quick, right away. Ronald Fonte says our undrafted players are always getting called for fouls, but when other players foul them, the refs swallow the whistle. Yes, I agree. That was not a foul, in my opinion. Here comes Joel Embiid. The first one, he makes it. The Heat are going to have 8 seconds, 8.4 seconds, depending on the rebound situation here, to get some points before the halves. Second free throw, Embiid makes it, and here comes the Heat. 8 seconds. Max Strus to Tyler Hero. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Back to Vincent, who shoots a tough shot and no good. So it's 30-28 for the Sixers. A pretty even first quarter. Did Joel Embiid play the full 12 minutes? Yes, he did. He played the full 12 minutes. I was wondering. I didn't see him come off. So yes, he played the entire quarter, and it's 30-28 for the Sixers. Let's review here a couple of the stats before we start reading some of you guys' comments. Please send your comments. What do you think about the first quarter so far? Then we'll maybe go to Twitter and see what happens. Get Gabe out of there. Well, he was. I don't know. Those 2 fouls were right there. I don't know. Embiid, 12 minutes, 15 points, 3 rebounds. He's 5 for 6. He's just destroying the Heat and the paint right now. But it's just a 2-point game so far. Remember, the Heat missed a couple of free throws. Tyrese Maxey, 5 points. Tobias Harris, 2 points. Danny Green, 5 points. Thibault, 3 points. The Heat, on the other hand, Victor Oladipo, 7 points. PJ Tucker, 7 points. Bam Adebayo, 6 points. 3 points for Butler. Not a good start for Butler. Not a good start for Hero. Only 2 points. He's 1 for 2 only. Let me see. Keck says, how's that a foul for Gabe? Gabe, ridiculous. Normal defense. Yeah, I agreed. That was not. It didn't look like a foul to me, but it's Embiid, so he gets those calls. Embiid played the whole first. Spo better start playing Jimmy heavier minutes too. That's a good situation to see too, and see what happens there. Greg Natlin says a 2-point difference. No preocupa. Van says that our 2 guards can't score. And Ronald says they're clearly hunting Gabe. I'm sorry. And Gabe hasn't been efficient in this series so far. Spo should sit him. We might need him. And R. Smith says we are a second half team. Will walk away in the fourth quarter. Let's go Heat. So far, it's a win, a 2-point win by the Sixers. And let's see what's going on Twitter. Let's see what our friend Brady Hawk says about what's going on now in the game. Heat have been staying in zone. Duncan Robinson should play in this one. He said that 11 minutes ago. He says this version of Victor Oladipo changes things majorly. This type of rim pressure being provided makes things so much easier on shooters. Yeah, there you go. Brady giving his opinion. I know he wants Duncan Robinson to play a little more, so we'll see if that happens. And let's read what 5 reasons our main account is saying on Twitter at 5 number reasons sports. And let me see. This is the smallest I can ever remember Spolster going in a playoff game. Talking about that lineup that some of you really hated it. And before that, 18 minutes ago, he said the Heat are much more crisp offensively tonight. The process has been good, and the execution also. Yes, I've been seeing a little bit of a better flow of the offense yet. So I don't know if you guys agree. Okay. Van Ban says play Caleb. Van Ran says let Hero run point. Alejandro says run hard until Philly runs out of cheesesteaks. And the extra mile production says Embiid will tire out eventually. Thank you. What's your name? Extra mile production. So we know every time you're talking or you're leaving your comments, we say your name. All right, here comes second quarter starting. Victor Oladipo on it. Great pass to Bam Adebayo. He was under the rim, and they call a foul on Milton. So right now, these are the minutes that Bam has to be aggressive. Is Bam, and he has Paul Reed on him. So this is the time for Bam to really go at it. Tyler Hero with the ball. He finds Bam Adebayo. Okay, let's see if he goes for it. No. Yes. No. He misses it. Turnover for Bam Adebayo. But that's a fake handoff and then drive to the rim that I would like to see. Rebound for Tyler Hero. Tyrese Maxey missing that one. Kyle Lowry finally attacking the rim, and he gets 2 easy points. So it's 30-30. Ronald agrees with Alejandro Q. Says, if Lowry's hitting, Hero should be point as long as he's taking care of the ball. All right, here comes the Sixers again. Tobias Harris with Oladipo on him. He drives to his left, jumps. Good shot, 2 points. Kyle Lowry now. Trying to push the rhythm, push the pace. Max Strus to Lowry. To Bam Adebayo, and that's a good slam, good basketball play. Better rhythm, better offense, better flow so far for the Heat. I agree. 32-32. Tobias Harris to his right. He finds Milton in the corner. Jumper. 2 points over Tyler Hero. Now it's Kyle Lowry. Bam. To Oladipo. He gets fouled by Paul Reed. So far, only 1 pass to Adebayo in the paint. Well, besides that dunk before that. But that was in transition, so we'll see. NBA Addict says yes, sir. And he's saying Lowry looks injured. Well, remember, he might not be 100%. I don't know. I mean, they're not gonna say that. They're not gonna say anything related to that subject, but that could be a possibility. I mean, those hamstrings are tough, man. Lázaro Suarez, thank you for doing this play-by-play. I can't watch live today. Lázaro, you're welcome. That's the idea. So you guys have at least a little bit of a reference of what's going on. Let me know where you are. Are you here in Miami, Lázaro? Victor Oladipo missed the second one, but he get the rebound. Victor with the ball, back to Lowry, 8 seconds. Back to Victor Oladipo. He attacks the rim. He finds Bam. Bam up. He misses left. And that's rebound for the Sixers. Too bad there. That was a good moment for Bam to show up. James Harden attacking the rim. Bam gets a rebound, and he gets called for a foul, I think. Pushing. So the foul was under the basket. Jimmy Butler back in the game. Nathaniel is literally at work now listening to this. Great, Nathaniel. Welcome. You're welcome. Welcome to be here with us hanging out. That's the idea. So you guys have a place to hang out, listen to the game, what's going on, our comments and stats, and that's the idea. All right, here comes the Sixers. Tyrese Maxey to Milton. James Harden now. He finds Reed, and Reed dunks it under the rim. The long pass to Jimmy Butler. He gets fouled by Danny Green. Or no, who's that? Young? No, Danny Green is who fouled Jimmy Butler. The fans are not happy with the call. And Jimmy gets 2 free throws. So if some of you Sixers fans that are here, why you guys boo Jimmy Butler? He almost took you guys to the finals that year that the Raptors won it all. So let me know why you guys boo Jimmy Butler. You guys traded him. So Lazaro says, in a car on my way to Tampa. Ooh, that's a long travel. So yes. Thank you for being with us. And Greg says, Jimmy Butler understands we are going to win tonight. Well, hopefully. All right, here comes Tobias Harris. Tyler Hero with the steal. He gets on a transition back to Bam, who I think was not expecting that pass. Max Strus to Kyle Lowry, 12 seconds. Back to Bam Adebayo. You have to attack Bam. Back, spins. He puts it up, and it's 2 points for Bam Adebayo. He had Tobias Harris on him, but those are the matchups that he has to go after. Tyler Hero on James Harden right now. Full court pressure. They're letting him come. It's 14 seconds left in the clock. Harden to his right. There's not much going on in this offensive possession for the Sixers. Tobias Harris now with Tyler Hero. He's going to attack. 4 points, 4 seconds left. Jumper, and he makes it. That was a horrible possession by the Sixers, but they still got a good matchup there. Tyler Hero for 3. He makes it. First 3 for Tyler Hero, so the Heat is up now 40-38 with 8 minutes, 26 seconds to go. James Harden again with a slow offense. Slow offense. Ooh, almost another steal by Tyler Hero. And we are back to Sixers ball with 8 seconds left. Footwork. Loving this Bam. Yes, that's the Bam that we want to see. Corner 3. They miss it. Rebound for Kyle Lowry. He does that long pass to Jimmy Butler. To Strus. Back to Butler. He has James Harden on him. 1-on-1. Max Strus coming with the screen. Jimmy Butler to his right. Paul Reed on him. Jumper. And he makes it. 2 points for Jimmy Butler. 42-38. This minutes with no Joel Embiid on the court are the minute that the Heat has to be more aggressive, and they've done so. They played better defense. The Sixers offense, honestly, has been slow right now. Tobias Harris back to Harden. 4 seconds. Step back 3, and he makes it. That looked like a push-off by Harden on Lowry. Oh, Joel Embiid wasn't even on the bench. Now he's coming back. Jimmy Butler to Bam Adebayo. Bam attacks the basket and stops, jumps. 2 points for Bam. We need that Bam. James Harden and Joel Embiid is getting ready to come back in. James Harden with a fake jumper finds Green, who misses at close to, and that's gonna be Sixers ball, I guess. That's a turnover. And it's going to be a timeout. So it's Miami Heat 44, Sixers 41, 6:59 left here in the second quarter. Remember, as soon as the second quarter is over, we're going to have the Pace and Spaces halftime show here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. Let me see. Let me turn this off so I don't get crazy here. All right. Jimmy Butler understands. Jimmy Buckets. All right. And die. NBA Addicts. Footwork. Yes. Hopefully he can do more of that. Loving this Bam. Ronald says. Alejandro says Tyler is playing lights out. NBA Addict. Bam needs to be feasting while Embiid's resting. Yes, that's what I'm saying. And now after this timeout, Embiid's going to be back. So we'll see what happens there. Remember, no Dwayne Dedman tonight. So we'll see if they actually go deeper into the bench. And if Caleb Martin plays some minutes again, if Yurtseven gets some minutes there, I doubt it. and if Duncan Robinson plays some minutes as well. We have to defend the three though. Well, that particular play with Harden, I think he pushed Lowry off, but who knows? Bam needs to feast with Embiid playing, and Greg says there's no reason we lose this game. Well, it's been a close game, and especially since the third game, it's become a little bit of a closer series. I think the first two games we were thinking this was gonna be an easy sweep, and it has not been the case so far. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, Bam Adebayo leading the team with 12 points. VLC says, "Come on, Heat, bring home the W. We need that W so they come back for the game on Tuesday with a 3-1 lead." It's Bam Adebayo, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. He's leading the team. Victor Oladipo has 8 points, 1 assist, 1 steal. 7 points for Jimmy Butler, 7 points for PJ Tucker, 3 points for Max Strus, 2 points for Kyle Lowry. Let me see Strus' numbers. He's only 1 for 2 today. He hasn't really shot many shots yet. And Tyler Hero, 9 minutes, almost 40 seconds, 5 points so far. Kate, are you all Sixers fans or nay? Kate, what do you think? What do you think? No, we are the 5 Reasons Sports Network. We are based in Miami, so we cover the Heat. We cover other South Florida teams. We are not Sixers fans, but we're trying to be as objective as we can here in the channel. So, are you a Sixers fan? Let us know. Tyler Miller says, "Bro, these refs are blind. Harden pushed." Yeah, I saw the same, but I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna actually call that play. They did call an offensive foul earlier on Harden. He just ran through Jimmy Butler, and that one was called. But we'll see if they do it more often. Gret says, "Not that close. We have all momentum. 305 going to bring it home." Hopefully, Greg. Hopefully that's the case. All right. We are back to it. I think Bam is not going to be playing. He has his towel over his head right now. So I see Jimmy on the court. Vincent is on the bench. So it's Jimmy, Lowry, Oladipo, Max Strus, and PJ Tucker. So Oladipo, Tucker, Butler, Strus, and Lowry. Those are the 5 on the floor. Joel Embiid is back in, I'm sorry. And he has the ball right now. PJ Tucker on him. They switch. And now it's Tucker on Harden, who has the ball. They try to get to Embiid, and Oladipo makes a great play. And now Kyle Lowry gets fouled in transition. I don't know if you guys have the same feeling, but every time we try to push too much, I feel like we just rush, and the Heat is not really getting advantage off of that. I don't know, what do you think? Because I know Lowry's trying to push the pace, but I don't know if that's been helpful so far. Kyle Lowry got hit in the hand, and he's coming out. Tyler Hero coming in. Kate says, "I'm a Golden State fan, and I want the Sixers fans to win because Heat is better, and I don't want Golden State to win the championship. So I'm routing for the Sixers." All right, Kate, you can follow us at Alejandro VG32 or at 5 Reasons. Here comes the Sixers. Get that ball, and it's going to be a jump ball now. Jimmy Butler and Green, I think, are going to go for that one. The Heat save a turnover there. Illuminati says, hello, Illuminati. Ken Mortar says, "Are some of these Embiid post-up 3-second violations?" I will look a little bit more into it. You boys betting money on this? Yes, we are. We go to PricePicks.com, we bet there, or we go to Better Edge. Better Edge. Those are the 2 sites that we use here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel, PricePicks.com and BetterEdge.com. Tennessee T says, "What the fuck, Lowry shouldn't have had been cleaned yet to play, I guess." All right, the Heat gets the ball back to Max Strus. He misses an open 3. Man, that was a good look. Gadiel Cartagena had some numbers about the open looks that the Heat missed on game 3, and this game 4 has been quite similar. Danny Green doesn't miss those open looks, though. He's back at Philly, and he has been a little bit better now. He makes that open 3, so it's a tight game. So it's a 6-point swing. PJ Tucker, back to Butler. Butler finds Tucker. That's not his best shot right there from the 3-point line, and that's an offensive foul on Tucker, I guess. Trying to find Jimmy Butler. He should have shot that 3. Because that offensive position was not going nowhere. All right, here comes the Sixers. James Harden. Slow offense by the Sixers now. They trying to find him. Embiid, he hits the rim with it. He's going to be charged with a shot there, even though it wasn't. All right, back to Struz. Back to PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker, please shoot it. He does. He misses. Come on, PJ. Too bad he's not making those shots today, man. He's had a lot of open looks. Oh, man. Now Danny Green gets fouled, and he makes it. So Max right now is not really giving the Heat great minutes. He's missing open shots, and he fouled the guy now in his motion. So it's going to be a 4-point play. And we'll see. Let me see. Ronald Fonte says Max's efficiency hasn't been as good since starting for the Heat. Wonder if it's tired legs. And Illuminati says all saying Sixers is like looking for that 2-2 with home game support and Embiid is back. Is game 5 at the Sixers Stadium or Heat Stadium? It's coming back to Miami. Remember, right now they're doing the 2-2-1-1-1, different from what it was before. 2-3-2. Green misses that extra free throw, so the Heat gets lucky there, and now it's hero ball. 2 is left. He attacks the rim, and that's a great play by Tyler Hero. 47-46, 5 minutes, 5 seconds left to play here in the first half. James Harden, he has PJ Tucker on him. He attacks the rim, and he gets fouled by PJ Tucker. He's saying that he didn't do anything. Let's see if the Heat challenges this call. PJ Tucker complaining that he had his arms open. I hate Harden. He plays for fouls. That's what Big Papo says. Game 5 in Miami. Kate says Sixers going to win this game. The Heat going to win the series at their home stadium, I'm guessing. So you're saying Heat in 7. Is that what you're saying? All right, James Harden with another free throw. It's 48-46. He's going to make it 49-46. Here we go. And now it's Heat ball. Victor Oladipo with it. He's got it. Back to Jimmy Butler. Try to find Tyler Hero. Back to Oladipo. And that's a travel by Victor Oladipo. So right now the Heat offense is not flowing as it was a couple of minutes ago. James Harden. Jimmy Butler on Joel Embiid. Now with the help, they find Tobias Harris, and that's 2 easy points. A dunk, so a 5-point advantage for the Sixers. And it's been clear, when Embiid is on the court, the Heat is really struggling to find baskets. They're getting open shots, they're just missing a lot. And as they just did, Oladipo missed an open 3. James Harden attacking the rim, he makes that 2. So this should be a good point for a timeout right now. Nothing working for the Heat. Yes, Spoelstra calls timeout. James Harden calling the fans out and asking them for more support. And here we go. All right. Okay. Since Embiid got back, I think it's been 8-point differential there for the Sixers. So let's check what's going on so far in the box score. Joel Embiid 15 points, 5 rebounds. Danny Green 11 points. He's having one of those nights again. He's 3 for 3 from 3. I thought he was not going to be the same, but he's actually been better. He's 100% now. 8 points for Tobias Harris, 7 for James Harden, 5 for Tyrese Maxey. Thibault with 3, Milton 2, Reed with 2 as well. For Miami, Bam Adebayo 12 points, 3 rebounds, 7 points for Butler, Tucker, and Hero 8 points for Oladipo, 2 points for Lowry, 3 points for Struz. That's what I'm saying. Struz is not being really a factor, so I'm more and more convinced that maybe it's time for Duncan Robinson to get some minutes. Why not? I know they're going to hunt him, but it's not going well right now with Max Struz. Let me see. Who do you guys think will play in the finals? I don't know. We'll see, Kate. It's a long way to go there still. I think it's gonna be the Warriors, just to make you happy. Alejandro Q, that's what we need. So these guys can rest and practice for the next series. Well, they first had to win this series, guys. I think Warriors versus Bucks or Warriors versus Heat. Well, hopefully it's Warriors versus Heat. That will be a fun series. Or Suns if they don't sell a 2-0 lead like they did with the Bucks before. Fernando Lopez says too much Oladipo, time to sit him down. Ronald Fonte says good timeout by Spo. Yeah, nothing was working there for the Heat. Big Papa says more dribble handoffs with Hero. F it, bring Baby Blue. Who's Baby Blue? We'll see who's Baby Blue. All right. Let's go back to Twitter. See what's going on there. What's our friend Brady Hawk saying about this game so far? Now, about 5 minutes to go in the second half. Heat have gone 8 deep. One of the 8 is Vincent with 3 minutes locked and in foul trouble. The other is an injured Lowry. Basically means it's a ride or die version of this lineup right now. This isn't clicking at the moment. So that's why I'm asking, why not Caleb Martin? And we haven't seen Morris yet. Food is almost ready. So we are almost ready to go eat. Remember, at halftime, we're going to have Pace and Spaces halftime show here. So I'm going to leave you with that analysis as we go to eat and get ready for the second half. Let me see who else is there. Mob says, bring Duncan right now, geez. Stru's not giving us anything. Jason Mayer says, every trip to the rim for them, either a foul layup or a wide open 3. We look lost. We in trouble, says Nick Johnson. Hey, you think he's going to win Heat or Sixers this game right now? Heat. Let's go Heat. Jason Mayers, no Morris unless we need someone to foul Embiid. And Henry Torres says, man, what happened to Lowry? He got hit in the hand. I don't know. Let me see if there any report out there, but he got hit in the hand and he hasn't come back, I guess. No, he's back. He's back right now. All right. It's Lowry, Hero, Adebayo. Lowry gets a 3 up. He misses. Let's check what the percentages from 3 are today for the Heat. 3 for 13 so far. So no good again. James Harden with the ball. It's a 7-point advantage for the Sixers. Step back 3, and he makes it. That's the thing about basketball. It's a game of runs. Right now, it's a 10-point advantage for the Sixers. Just like that, right before the second half. Jimmy Butler. He has Danny Green on him. He settles for a 3. They let him shoot it, and he makes it. So this is just the 4th 3 that the Heat makes today. 4 for 14 right now. Joel Embiid for 3. He misses. I mean, I'd rather have Embiid shooting 3s than attacking the rim, to be honest. Tyler Hero, and Embiid is out there. So let's find the rim. Hero try to find Tucker on the other side of the court. And that's the thing. That pass was too complicated. They already had Embiid out there, so why not just move the ball around and try to find somebody in the paint? But it is what it is. James Harden with the ball now. Tyler Hero on him. So he goes past by. Oh, they call the foul on who? On Hero? on Bam Adebayo, his second foul of the game. All right. Oh boy, now down 10. Jimmy's missing. Let's go on a run. Tyler, way too many turnovers. What's he doing, man? Yeah, that play, I think he tried to rush it. He saw him beat out and trying to find him, Tucker on the other side of the court with a tough pass. James Harden misses the first free throw. Do you bet all sports? Yes, we do bet all sports on prizepicks.com. Go and use the promo code 5, FIVE, and you can bet there. And they're going to match up your deposit up to $100. So if you deposit 100, you'll get 200 to play. Here comes the Heat now. Harden makes the second one, so it's an 8-point advantage for the Sixers. Kyle Lowry, 24 seconds. He let that ball roll onto the other half. And here we go. Kyle Lowry back to Bam Adebayo. He goes back. Jimmy Butler, jumper. He makes it. So an assist for Bam there. And now the Sixers pushing the pace as well. They were really slow earlier. That's a turnover on James Harden. And that's thanks to Kyle Lowry's defensive effort. He pushes the ball back to Jimmy Butler with Danny Green on him. That's a matchup that we want. A foul and one for Jimmy Butler. So Butler getting the Heat back in this game. 57-53 right now. We are in the bonus. We need to attack the rim. Give Caleb and Duncan minutes. Some of the comments coming up here. Just let him run, dribble the handoffs with Bam like he does with Duncan. Let's go, Jason. And Evan says, thank you for this stream. Great comments from true fans. Thank you, Evan. That's the idea. I know you guys are a little mad with the national TV broadcast, so that's why we created this content here going on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. So we have a full coverage of the Heat in this playoffs run. Here comes the Heat. They're down by 3 with 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go left. Tyrese Maxey. Bam Adebayo on him. Back to Thibault. Back to Maxey. 2 minutos. 2 minutes. Oh, they found Thibault by himself. Missed that 3. They almost dropped that rebound. PJ Tucker and Tyler Hero. Long 3. I don't know why they took that shot. And Kyle Lowry with Joel Embiid. Something happened there. Embiid is asking for a push from Kyle Lowry. It's Heat ball with 14 seconds. Did you guys see a push? Let me know. When Lowry and Embiid both flop, who gets a foul call? Well, in this one, it was no foul. It was just Heat ball. Ball to PJ Tucker. Back to Tyler Hero for 3. He misses. We've been missing so many threes, man. But it is what it is. 1 minute, 30 seconds. The Heat is losing game 4 so far, but it's closer now. Joel Embiid with Kyle Lowry on him. Joel Embiid jumper. He misses. Rebound for Oladipo. 1 minute, 17 seconds. Jimmy Butler attacking the rim. He misses the ball. Back to Oladipo from 3. They missed yet another open 3. Oh, man. I mean, there's not a lot to do there from coaching staff. If they're missing threes, they're missing threes. I mean, it's hard, but it is what it is right now. And now a foul on James Harden, so he's going to go to the line. So the Heat is 4 for 15 right now. No good. Come on, Tyler, says our friend Alejandro. Nova and Kane says, why not Markieff? He is physical and can give PJ a rest. I think he's not counting on Markieff for anything right now. Not even for closing quarters. All right. James Harden with the second free throw. Here comes And he makes it. So it's 59-54. Tyler Hero. 21 seconds left. 55 seconds left in the quarter, in the half. Butler back to Hero. He shoots a jumper. Does an easy 2 for Tyler Hero. 59-56. James Harden. They have 18 seconds left. 42 seconds left in the shot clock. Slow offense again. They find another open 3 and they make it. I don't know, but this keeps happening. They keep shooting open 3s. The Heat keep missing open 3s. So it's a 6-point advantage for the Heat. Here comes Oladipo attacking Joel Embiid. Gets to the post, back to Tucker. 6 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Tyler Hero up and under. He gets his own rebound, but the ball didn't touch the rim, so it doesn't count. So it's another turnover. And the Sixers are going to win this first half, but let's see by how many points. That's going to be the difference now. $62-56 so far. It hasn't been as bad as the first game, but they are missing a lot of open shots, especially 3s. That's been the difference right there. The Heat, 4 for 17 in this game for 3, and the Sixers are 9 for 16. So that's the difference right there. All right. Last play of the game in the first half. Tyrese Maxey attacking the rim. He gets 2 points. So the Heat is actually going to get the last possession here. And here comes Kyle Lowry, tries to rush it, throws it up, misses another 3. So the Heat is going to close this first half with 4 for 18 from the 3-point line. And they're down by 8 points so far for the Sixers. It's been a great effort by Joel Embiid, 15 points, 13 points for Harden. Danny Green with 11. They are leading the Sixers right now. For the Heat, 15 for Jimmy Butler, 12 for Bam Adebayo. They are leading the team right now. 9 points for Tyler Hero, 8 for Victor Oladipo. As we go to the halftime show, Pace and Space is coming up next here on the Fire Reasons YouTube channel. We're waiting for the link before it actually starts. And before that starts, actually, let's read some of you guys' comments. Ronald Fonte says, pretty much they're making their 3s and we're missing ours. Maybe it's better Duncan doesn't play. He's notorious for missing wide open 3s. Well, but right now, let's review the stats here in a second as we wait for the Pace and Spaces guys to start their broadcast. But Sixers making everything right now. They're 9 from 16 right now from 3. So it's time to try something different. Spolstra, we need Duncan, says Bilal Sanet. Dolphin says 3-point shooting and defense is not existent. Van says, why spot Spo not playing Bam heavy minutes? Well, we'll see. So going back to that comment, Lowry's 0 for 4. Tucker's 1 for 4. Struz is 1 for 4. Butler's 1 for 2. He made one of those too. Tyler Hero 1 for 3. Oladipo 0 for 2. So it's been a bad collective game from 3. Max Struz has only had those 3-pointers and not much else. He's only had 3 points so far in 15 minutes. So what I'm saying is, why not play Duncan a little bit and see what happens? Especially with Bam, they play well when they play together. So we'll see. But so far, the Sixers win this game 4. Butler made it a little closer than it was. The Heat was only up in this game when Joel Embiid was not in the game. So that's been a key element there in the game so far. Let's see. And here we go. Let's go with the halftime show brought to you guys by our friends at of Pace and Spaces.
I think, Tony, you said it yourself, it finally felt like the playoffs. There's a lot of stuff my brain's kind of going through right now. But really, for me, it's the defense right now. I think they're worried too much about some guys beating them one-on-one. Mostly Embiid and Harden. I think they need to kind of lay off on Harden too much. He's not that guy anymore. he can't beat some. He's beaten Tyler off the dribble a couple of times this series, but I mean, he's not really in there as much against him anyway, and they're really keeping him off of Harden. So I really don't care about that. I think Miami's kind of got lost in some rotations as well. They've been kind of lazy on the few closeouts, really bad turnovers. I think it's really the turnovers that have gotten to me because they've been really forced, and some of them even unforced. And the guys just need to kind of settle down. The shooting has been garbage. 4 for 17 or 18 now that Kyle Lowry last shot. Kyle doesn't look like himself out there. I don't know how much of a help he's really been since he's come back. Really, those are all the things that are kind of really gotten to me in terms of why they have this deficit so far. I don't know what you saw, or if it's any different.
Be real. There's teams that are much better than others, but there's no bad teams left. With Joel Embiid back on the 76ers, Miami has to face a different kind of leverage that they can create, a different kind of advantage. And right now, what we're seeing could be overhelping. It could also just be star talent being star talent. And how you adjust in the second half is going to be incredibly crucial to trying to play winning basketball. But there's some things that I am liking out on the floor. This isn't just an all trash Miami's defense right now. They are giving up way too many open looks to the 76ers, but they're able to generate something right now in the transition that's helped by Kyle. I am liking that Kyle's pulling when defenders go under the pick and roll. That's helping space a little bit. Even if he's not hitting, he's at least a threat right now, and they're treating him that way. And Jimmy seems like he hasn't got super engaged offensively. He started to feel it towards the end of that second quarter. So we have opportunities tonight to continue to attack them offensively. The issues are, to me, defensive, and we'll see how they adjust, and maybe what we could talk a little bit about what they could do defensively going forward.
And you got to go through the adversity sooner or later. I'm gonna get to our guy Gad, and then we get to Jay after that. Actually, I'll go to Ray first because I know you were here really early, my guy. I know you're probably gonna try to calm everybody down, but I think there's a lot of stuff that I think you would probably even agree is really frustrating so far from this game.
No, I actually really agree. Tony kind of said it best. This is playoff basketball. It's frustrating, just like you said, when the threes don't fall. When your team does something stupid, they turn the ball over. Those things happen. This is what's going to happen. All in all, for me, like watching it doesn't look like our offense is bad by any stretch of the imagination. We played much better in the first half of this game than we did game 2. The only thing that is genuinely concerning to me is that the threes have not started falling yet. And I know Newton has some type of law about equal and opposite reactions. And in my personal opinion, we're going to switch sides. And I know Hoopers are weird. These guys are just kind of crazy. And if they switch sides, you get a different rim, and all of a sudden things start falling. For me, really and truly, if the threes start falling and the floodgates open, I really don't care what the Sixers do. Because like we're keeping up with them shooting 22%. They're playing, their offensive rating, I'm sure, is much better than ours right now. So you know what Spo's going to do. You know they're probably in there screaming and yelling at each other right now in the locker room. So I'm not concerned. I'm just irritated. But all in all, hit your threes and win this goddamn game so I can win my money. Go Heat.
Philadelphia has 128 offensive rating to our 109 right now.
It's the opposite of last game. You wanted the defense that you had last game over to this game, but it hasn't been the case. All right, Gad, what have you seen so far? Or is there really anything that you think Miami's kind of changed in the second half? Or you really think it's just a matter of just hitting their shots and kind of clamping down?
Yeah, listen, like, credit to Philly. They're knocking down some tough looks. Like, I think Miami's done an okay job at forcing some of those tough looks. And then simultaneously, like you said, I think they're overhelping on Embiid. At least they're helping too early on Embiid. I think they're overhelping on Harden quite often, and he's beating them with some of those passes. But yeah, they have to knock down threes. I like what I've seen from Jimmy, from Bam, from Tyler, from Vic at times. There's been some moments where the ball stopped a little bit with him, but the energy he's bringing is insane defensively. You kind of just need your role players to step up a little bit. I think PJ's also giving you some good energy. Kyle's been pretty bad, specifically offensively. He has to hit the shot. I like that he's taking it, but he has to hit it. Strus, he has to be taking and making shots. But ultimately, like, not really going to complain. This is playoff basketball. There's going to be highs. There's going to be lows. See how the game plays out. Hopefully, they start knocking down shots. If Philly's going to knock down shots like this, you tip your cap. You get ready for Game 5 and Game 6 because you're probably not going to win. They're scorched earth right now, and that kind of it is what it is. Hopefully, they can try to make their shooters a little bit more uncomfortable. But that's it, man. Like, I'm enjoying the playoff basketball, playoff intensity. Hopefully, they can get this one.
Yeah, you guys got to have the guts. All right, go ahead, Jay.
I mean, I'm just going to say exactly what everyone else is thinking. I mean, shit. Make your fucking shots. That's it. Like we can go over the defense. We can go over that James Harden's doing this. We can go over that Maxi's doing that. We can go over that. It don't fucking matter, dude. Make your fucking shots, and we're winning the game. That's it. It's a make or miss league, and right now we're fucking missing. Like Ray just said, they were shooting 20% of where in the fuck it is. That's not what we do. Make your fucking shots, and you're gonna win a fucking game. It's clear and simple. You don't need to take so much time and trying to find out what do we have to do about. No, that's it. Make your fucking shots. That's it.
I trust Jimmy to shoot threes more now than I guess most of the team right now, and that's not a good sign. All right, Jeremy. Oh, actually, Thread. Let me get to Thread first because I know he's been here for a bit. Go ahead, man.
So overall, man, I do like what I'm seeing out of Bam. I like what I see out of Jimmy, Hero, and Depot. We got to keep it up, Dean. We just got to keep it real, dog. Our starting back court, that shit looking real mid. We got to keep it 100. We got to see more out of Lowry. And if he's not playing, if he's not hooping, then, you know what I'm saying, maybe we need to look elsewhere. Same thing with Strus. He's on a short leash because obviously, you know what I'm saying, Duncan is right there at the same time. Even though I'm Duncan's biggest out, we got to keep it a beam with that. So, offense is cool. Defense, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we are overhelping. The corners are wide open on a lot of these looks. Let's see what we look like in the second half. Regardless if we win or lose, we got 2 or 3 in Miami. That's why you get the number 1 seed. Handle business. It is what it is.
I beautifully said it. I don't know if I could have said it better myself. All right, I'm going to get to Jeremy, and then I'm going to get to Joy, and then I'm going to get to Tony and see what he thinks about the second half. All right, go ahead, Jeremy.
Hey, thanks for having me. You know, I see a lot of Heat fans in here. I'm a Sixers fan, so it's kind of a different perspective. But I see a lot of Heat fans, you know, saying, oh, we'll win the next game, the game after that. I mean, the Heat are easily going to win this game, too. I mean, it's still Heat in 5. I don't think the Sixers have any chance tonight. They didn't even have a chance in Game 3. That was a fluke, in my opinion. Joel Embiid, I mean, he didn't even need to play Game 1 or 2. They were going to lose anyways. So I don't know why Heat fans are panicked right now. I'm pretty.
This is a reverse jinx, isn't it?
I can't
this
believe
feels like a fucking reverse jinx.
No, hold on. I know Voodoo will not hear it.
I hear that shit.
Don't let him touch you. If he
I know what's happening here. Jeremy, you're not slick.
Yo, you guys are worried about the Sixers? They're just happy to be there, guys.
Yeah, he's trolling.
This is not a good team.
Oh, so I was about to give him a follow too, but I knew it. I knew it.
James Harden's not good. Joel Embiid.
My light skin senses was tingling.
He might. You always go too far. You're right on the edge, Jay, and you always take it one too far, man. Hey guys, thanks for having me on. Heat in 5.
I will say, I just looked at his Twitter, and I mean, he tweeting like he was speaking the truth right there. So I mean, you know,
that man is committed to the bit. Exactly.
I love the commitment.
Like I said, just don't let him hug you. That's how they pass the curse on.
All right, go ahead, Joy.
I'm not happy. I am not happy whatsoever. Like, I'm proud of Jimmy. Bam stepped up from last game. I like how Spo is finally like using Depot the way I wanted him to use him, giving him more minutes towards the earlier start of the game. I like all of that. However, Spoelstra is being very stubborn, in my opinion, when it comes to Duncan Robinson. I know that Duncan Robinson is a defensive liability, and I know that he struggled getting up shots in the Hawks series, but this is a completely different series. And Like, Danny Green is looking like 2013 Danny Green. I'm not finna keep taking chances with this. Like, we need to get some threes up. And if they're not hitting, at least try them. Like, my thing is this. When it comes to like 3-point specialists, they can get hot at any given moment. You saw in game 1 in Atlanta, he dropped 27 points and then went cold, or he couldn't get up shots. So my thing is this: how can we not know if this could be a game where he dropped 27? He's not even given the chance. And again, like, I know he's a defensive liability, and Max Strus is a better all-around player as far as defense and offense goes, but it's like, at least try. Like, if we're struggling from 3, at least try it. And we struggled from 3 last game. He didn't try it. We struggled from 3 this game. He hasn't got any minutes. So I want to see, if we continue this, I want to see Duncan, get some minutes. And lastly, I saw PJ Tucker hesitate from his own shot. Like, he literally passed the ball back to Tyler like he was scared to shoot his own shot. Like, what are we doing? That's your shot. So I'm very, very disappointed with them shooting-wise. Very disappointed, because a lot of these are open threes. Some of these look either like they're scared of the bright lights or some crap. Like, the Philly crowd, yes, Philadelphians, I don't know how you freaking say it. They're freaking crazy. Yes, I know people from Philly, but they're not that scary. You don't got to be that scared to take no freaking threes, all right? So I'm very disappointed all around. I do think they can turn around because it's Miami, but I feel like Spo's being stubborn when it comes to giving Duncan minutes, and I'm just all around not pleased right now whatsoever.
I think I was going to save this take for if Miami lost this game, but I think one thing I think Spo might do is he might insert Tyler into the starting lineup, or depending if like Kyle's not right, maybe that will help. But he might insert him for Max, and then I think Max's minutes might just be cut completely, and maybe you see Duncan then. But again, Spo has done so much different things the past few years that I wouldn't put it past him. It's just something that I've thought about recently. Tony, I don't know what your thoughts on that are, or what you want to see in the second half, really.
Yeah, I would actually love to see that. When Max is on the court, Miami has to play perfect transition defense. The communication has to be so crisp. Everybody has to be accounted for. And Max has to not be involved in the action, especially when the ball is being pushed on an outlet. Because if he gets picked on, it's not good. So I've been waiting for the Caleb adjustment. I've been waiting for the Tyler to move into the starting lineup adjustment. We're not getting that yet. We might get it going back home. But I'm not all the way sold that this game is out of reach. I think this is very much a winnable game right now. Miami is shooting right now 60% from the mid-range. If they can get any of those threes to fall, they're able to attack Philadelphia at least effectively on 2 levels. Bam looks like he's energized tonight. There's opportunities at the rim. The best thing that you could have did was get all of their players in some kind of foul trouble. We've got like 8 guys right now with fouls on the books. If you can't make your shots from 3, the game has to transition into a slow dog fight where you just try and ruin them on the boards, limit their possessions, and get them all into foul trouble. You can't just not hit threes and then give up.
Wonderfully said. I love that. Ray, go ahead. We're going to close it out as soon as you're done, man. Go ahead.
I agree with everything Tony said. I just want to say that if there's something that I do want to see in the second half, it's more Bam and Tyler pick and roll, because the first thing that I've noticed about the first half was I'm pretty sure already have more assists in this game than we do all of game 3 or game 2. So I just feel like if you can get Bam involved, if you can get Tyler getting some assists and things like that, then you're really going to watch the offense kind of open up. Jimmy too. Kyle, I think, has 5 assists right now. Just keep passing the ball, keep moving the ball. Eventually, these, like I said, Newton's third law or whatever law, the shots will start falling. Go Heat.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in again. Hopefully, we'll be back for Tuesday's game. Maybe it'll be a closeout. Hopefully, we kind of have a better half here. I just want a good, entertaining basketball game. And hopefully, you close it out Tuesday. So, all right, guys. Thank you. Enjoy the second half. Enjoy the post-game show as well on the YouTube channel.
Yes.
Follow everybody up here. Thread, who you saw up here. He's a great follow as well. Gad, everybody. Thank you guys. Enjoy the second half. Peace.
All right, guys, we are back here with the Hangout. Sorry, I had to miss a couple of minutes here, but we are back. Hopefully, the Miami Heat can pull out this comeback win in Philadelphia tonight. It's rough so far. So let's read some of you guys' comments. Your is better option than this small ball. Let's see what happens there. All right, Embiid makes his free throw, so it's 74-64 right now. The Heat really struggling in this beginning of the second half. Jimmy Butler with the ball to Kyle Lowry from three. Hits the front of the rim, misses. Rebound for Embiid to Harden. Back to Harris for three. He misses too. Hits the front of the rim as well. Jimmy Butler with the ball. Let's go, Heat. Come on, Heat. Here comes Jimmy Butler attacking the rim. Goes by Joel Embiid, and he was fouled. So it's going to be an and one. Joel Embiid trying to see what happened to his friend. I think he got hit in the eye. So it's 74-66, and I think it was a foul on. They're trying to see if this meets the criteria for a flagrant foul. Betty, the game is on TNT. If you want to watch it with images, it's on TNT tonight. Jonathan says Lowry needs to go. Lowry's a bad contract. And Vic says it wasn't even shake my head. Follow through, Evans. They won't give Embiid the flagrant. It's only 2 years on the contract for Lowry. So, no, I think it was a basketball play. Nothing too out of the ordinary. So, we'll see what happens. But it is a foul. So, Jimmy Butler will get an extra free throw, I'm sorry. Oh, so it is a flagrant on Joel Embiid. So it's a free throw, couple of free throws, and possession for the Miami Heat. So here's a break. Why not? My TNT is not working on my Fire Stick. Thank you. Go Sixers. All right, so go to NBA.com or TNT.com. They're going to let you watch 10 minutes. I would save him for the end of the game, Betty. All right, Jimmy Butler. Or you can find links online as well. Jimmy Butler with a free throw. Yes, we get the and one as well. He makes the first one. It's going to be 2 free throws, not just the and one. Let me see. Oh, no, it was a two to make one, they call it. He made the first one, so it's a 1 free throw and possession for the Heat. It's 74-67 now. Butler to Oladipo, attacking the rim. Back to PJ Tucker. Good rotation now. Jimmy Butler for 3. And he makes it. So just like that, 6 points from Jimmy Butler. It's 74-70 now. Jimmy Canastas. All right, now corner 3 from Niang. Ooh, in and out. The Heat gets lucky. Rebound by Embiid. Niang again for 3, and he makes that one. All right, 77-70 now. Oladipo attacking Embiid. He makes that too. That was not Embiid. That was Harris, I think. Let's see if they call it down or in the act of shooting. No, so that's just 2 free throws. The basket will not count. It looked like it was in the act of shooting, but he's not. So he's not going to get 1 extra free throw. He's actually going to get 2 free throws as the regular shooting foul, and that's it. So Oladipo makes the first one. Kimberly says, bro, they cheated Boston yesterday too. I haven't watched the replay of this Embiid play. In the first motion, it didn't look like a flagrant foul. It just looked like a regular basketball foul. And they're friends. But it is what it is. They've been calling bullshit fouls on the Sixers as well as on the Heat. So, great defensive play by the Heat. Kyle Lowry with that good hand. The ball to Jimmy Butler. Back to Lowry. He shoots a three, misses, and that's another 3-pointer that Kyle Lowry can't make. He knows it. That would have made it a 2-point game. Then PJ Tucker fouls under trying to get the rebound, and there's a timeout called on the court. So, bench Lowry. Well, he just made a good defensive play. He's just not coming through on the other side of the court. So, Caleb hitting more threes than Lowry. Why not Keith, man? No, F Gabe. He's even worse. And then I was about to ask, how do you not curse watching these type of games? Well, I'll try to be professional. But with some of those foul calls, I'm like, come on, man, that's not a freaking foul. Let's go. Let's play basketball. But it is what it is. We are having fun here. That's the idea, to hang out, to enjoy with each other, to have some fun. And that's it. That's the idea here. So, going back to the box score, see this? I mean, the Heat, with those 6 points by Jimmy Butler real quick, he's going up to 27. This is looking very similar to Game 3 when we talk about point distribution for the Heat. Too many points for Butler and not for the rest of them. And I think some of that, it's on the guys missing open shots. The Heat now is 5 for 21 from 3. That's really, really bad. They've missed 16 out of the 21 shots they've tried so far. So that's not good. Let's see here. After those 27 from Butler, it's Bam Adebayo with 12. He's been in 12 for a while. 10 points for Victor Oladipo, 9 points for Tyler Hero. PJ Tucker with 7, 4 points for Kyle Lowry, 3 points for Max Strus. And that's about it. No points from Vincent. Martin has only played 8 seconds. And no Morris Robinson, Yurt 7. No Dedmon available tonight. For the Sixers, it's been 20 points for Joel Embiid, 13 points for James Harden, 12 for Maxey, 11 for Green, 8 for Tobias Harris. Much better distributed there for Philadelphia. Milton, 2 points. Thibault, 3 points. Niang, 6 points. Paul Reed, 2 points. They are 11 for 21. So there's a difference. 6 threes more for the Sixers than the Heat. So there you go. They're winning because of that. They're making their shots. Let me see. All right. A lot of comments. I like it. It's getting interesting. Cooley1 says, obviously the refs are going to be in Sixers' favors. It is what it is. Even PJ is not aggressive in the corner, and he's open every time. Well, he's missed. Let me see how many he's missed today. Because he shot him. 1 for 4 so far. Alejandro says we're only down 4. Well, right now it's 5. If we keep it close, it's anybody's game. That hamstring is bothering him. Talking about Kyle Lowry. Somos mamitas afuera de casa, dice Fernando Lopez. Jimmy, no help again. Well, he scored 27 points in 26 minutes, so that's pretty good. I keep telling y'all Kyle needs to go. Vic Papo, yep, just like how refs was in favor of Bucks. If the Heat get hot, it's lights out. Kimberly says the team that have the stars will have the calls in crucial time. Luka flopped all game and got calls on Chris. All right, here we go. We're back to it. We'll read some more comments here in a second. All right, the Sixers ball. Great defensive effort by Kyle Lowry. The ball falls into Jimmy Butler's hands. Back to Lowry. And that's 2 easy points for Kyle Lowry. You see? Kyle Lowry's doing his thing on defense too. So great play there by both Jimmy Butler and Kyle Lowry. So it's a 3-point game so far. James Harden with the ball to Joel Embiid, who has Victor Oladipo on him. He's going to attack, and he's going to get another foul call. There we go. Greg says, we got this. Evans Ross says, Jimmy, no help. Are you drunk? Big Papa says, just let Depot play the point, man. Evans Ross must be. Nova Kane says, it's simply as bench Lowry for Caleb and Duncan for Struz. Let me see. Struz, yeah, he's playing right now. Vic Papo, we traded for him last year to be the point. And then Kimberly says, that's why in like 3 years, robots will be refs. Well, I don't know. In the NBA, it's a little harder. I don't know. I mean, and I can see that happening in baseball. But sports where you have to call fouls in motion, like soccer, basketball, I don't know, hockey, it's a little harder. I don't see it happening soon, but we'll see. I mean, why not? They are using a lot of technology now, so why not? All right, 79-78 now. No, 78-74. I'm sorry. Embiid just made one of those two? Yes, I guess. So, all right. Jimmy Butler with the ball. He finds Max Strus. Please make this one. No, he misses another open three. It's been a rough night for the Heat again from three. Let's continue reading some of your comments after this play. That's a block. Great defensive play by Jimmy Butler. Kyle Lowry back to Butler for three. They miss it. Rebound and another foul on PJ Tucker. No, on Max Strus is this foul. His fourth. So another open three that they missed leads into another foul rebounding. Not a good look right now. And Embiid goes to the line because the Heat are in foul trouble already. So, all right. No Duncan. They're going to hunt Duncan, he says, Victor Papo. Jonathan says, exactly, Vic needs to start over Kyle, man. No help from his teammates is what Van wanted to say earlier. And he gonna foul. Put Deadman in already. Deadman is not available tonight. Maybe you missed it in the pregame show, but he's not available. He's not playing tonight. Embiid misses the first free throw. Let's throw some elbows. Bro, what the fuck is up with these refs calls on Embiid? This is crazy. Can we get Keith, bro? Only 3 down. Well, now it's 4 after all that happened. Bro, Embiid is bigger than that, man. We can't touch him because he's going to get hurt. Embiid with the second one. He makes it. It's 79-74 now. The bots, let's block them. And they're out. Strus ain't doing me at that today. All right, here we go. Jimmy Butler attacking the basket. He finds Oladipo. Another open three. Another miss. Man, I don't know. I mean, it's a thing that they're still in this game, man, because with that offense missing all those threes, they're pretty close right now. All right, Oladipo now closer. He makes that too. Yeah, they're gonna have to settle for those two. 79-76. James Harden now to Embiid. He finds the ball by himself. Nobody guarding him, and he dunks it. Bad defense rotation there. All right, here comes the Heat. Oladipo. The Sixers are on zone defense right now. PJ Tucker. Back to Depot. 7 seconds. 6. Depot has Harden on him. Jimmy Butler with Joel Embiid on him. No foul call. That's a bad shot there. Rebound for the Sixers. Fast break. And they call the foul on Oladipo. And now it was a late foul call. No, it wasn't Kyle Lowry. Embiid is struggling too with his eye. It's probably rough, man. He's doing a great effort here. And that foul call, I mean, it is what it is. James Harden making the first one. And let's read some more comments. Then the league has to charge it. Oh my gosh, he's laughing. Struz 1 for 4. Wow. Man, these refs find get a double-double. Greg says, Baby Blue be like big food. Sightings limited. Is Scott Frost the ref? All right, here comes. Tyler Hero asks for a timeout. And it's 83-76. Timeout for the Heat. 3 minutes, 59 seconds left in the third quarter. And it's not been a beautiful game of basketball, especially from the three-point line for the Heat tonight. Let's review those numbers because, I mean, the key is right there. It's in front of us. 5 for 24. They're hitting 20% tonight. For three, the Sixers are 11 for 21. So 6 more threes in 3 less attempts for the Sixers. Lowry 0 for 6 today for 3. We want any more shots for him? He got him. He's 0 for 6. Jimmy Butler 2 for 4. He's actually made 2 out of the 5. Imagine. And we don't like Jimmy Butler taking that many kind of threes. So it is what it is right now. PJ Tucker 1 for 4. Max Strus 1 for 4. Hero 1 for 3. Hero has been one of other guys that has not had a great game either. Oladipo 0 for 3. That just counting the threes there. The Scott Frost the rest. Max should go to Dunkin' Donuts and let Dunkin' play. And Noble Demon Team says, "Oh, lay off with the hero ball, Miami Heat. Let James Harden follow the footsteps of Allen Iverson." Well, not even close, but yeah, all right. Ball don't lie. Don't let hero run point, please. Let's go Heat. Duncan needs to come back. Enter the Vortex says, if we win it, it'll be because we started making threes in the fourth quarter. Yeah, that could be. In La Vaca, Mobsy Gucci says, we need spacing. Can Duncan replace Truce? Jeez. Heat are cold. Come on, BS refs. Why can't we just play basketball? Harden gets a call. We need meta world peace on Harden for a little bit. All ball. Foul him for real. The league has to change these bad refs, says Kimberly. Alejandro says, Spo has either forgotten Duncan or Duncan is hurt and we don't know about it. He looked fine when he played in game 2, I think. And according to the Ira Winderman article, he's just getting ready to, whenever he gets a chance, play his minutes. Our offense sucks right now. Caleb more than Lowry. We're down 0 for 6. Yeah, you all say Lowry's going good. He's doing good defense. Well, so is Caleb. Yeah, that's a good point. Why not have Caleb and see what happens? Alejandro says the Heat would be winning if they could find a hoop. Yeah, they're just, well, not just, but part of the reasons why they're losing is they're missing open shots. Hero needs to get the ball more. Kimberly Clayton says, think about this. They're thinking about how to play so they can't shoot because they are distracted with the BS calls. I'm sorry, but this is the worst I've seen the refs. The announcers can't even see it. Kyle playing lousy. Cooley one says the refs are bad, but this shooting can definitely be better. Justin Hell says, Payne, is there any hope? Well, yeah, if they start making shots, there's hope. Let me see. Let's mix something up here. See what we can do. Let's try this for a little bit. Shooting and refs are both bad. So that's the key right there. All right. Victor Oladipo to PJ Tucker. We have Butler with Embiid on him. Back to it. Butler attacking Embiid. Go up and under, and he gets 2 points. You see, this is what I see about Butler that I don't see about Bam Adebayo when he gets a chance. Just attack Embiid. I mean, use your feet, use basketball moves and see what happens. Make him actually earn it. The Heat are playing on zone defense right now. Now there's another foul call. Oh my God, another foul call. And Embiid is going to the line. So it's been that easy. PJ Tucker is probably going to have to go out. Embiid misses another free throw. Markieff Morris is in. Gabe Vincent is in. PJ Tucker is complaining to the refs. NBA Addict says, bro, Embiid runs into everyone all the time to get position. How come they don't call him for an offensive foul? So it was 3 free. Well, I don't know. I saw 3 free throws. I don't know why, but he missed 2 out of the 3. Or I don't know. Okay. Tyler Hero, and he has Embiid back on him. Markieff, Oladipo for 3. Another miss. This type of offense is just not working. So they're going to have to either stop doing that or try to do it with someone else. Great defensive play by Jimmy Butler. Here comes Oladipo. Fast break. Gabe Vincent for 3. And now we finally make a 3. There you go. 84-80. Finally, Gabe is in, says our friend Bruce Crew. These bad calls ain't going to get away in South Beach. We don't play South Beach. We play in downtown. Embiid with Markieff Morris on him. Another foul. Wow. This is going to be a long night. Oh my God. Long night. How many foul calls have been called today? Let me see, just to have fun with this a little bit. As Embiid goes to the line once again. So it's 4 fouls on PJ Tucker, 4 fouls on Struz, 4 fouls on Adebayo. That's 12. 1 on Lowry, 1 on Butler, 14. 1 on Oladipo, 15. 3 on Vincent, 18. So the entire Heat team, at least 3 out of the 5 starters are in foul trouble today. And I don't think it's because they're being too aggressive. I think it's because the refs are calling too many easy fouls. Embiid keeps missing free throws. And that's one of the reasons why the Heat are only 5 points behind right now. Tyler Hero with the ball. Step back. He wanted the 3. Now he goes for it. He misses. Fast break for the Sixers. 3-on-1. Tyrese Maxey gets it. 2 points. Gabe Vincent now with the ball. Jimmy Butler attacks, breaks. Another 3. We miss it. We keep missing 3s. I just don't know what's going on. Another 3 for the Sixers. They miss it. We were lucky on that one. He was wide open. Here comes the Heat. This game's still not over. We're going to review those stats here in a second. Jimmy Butler attacking Joel Embiid. That looked like a travel, but it was not, according to the refs. And it's 2 points and an and 1 for Jimmy Butler. Oh my God. Spo finally put in some fresh legs. Lowry's on 1 leg. Think about what the score would be like without most of these fouls. Yeah, let me see how many free throws the Sixers have had so far. 26 free throws. Embiid has missed 4 lately. The Heat has 22, so it's not that big of a difference. The big difference is in the 3-pointers. 5 for 27 for the Heat tonight. And they're still in this game. So that tells you a little bit of how this is going. Jimmy, my guy, there you are when the team is garbage. Yeah, Jimmy Butler is really getting this team on his back. Niang misses a 3, long rebound for Tyler Hero in transition. The ball gets deflected by Tyrese Maxey. Jimmy Butler is just breathing hard right now. He's really tired. He's got 31 points so far. Fault Merchant. NBA wants a long series. She's Jimmy. So Tyler Hero goes to the line. Justin Hill says, Jimmy, my guy. Yeah, we read this one already. Cass says, right now, this team's playing like they don't deserve to have a Jimmy Butler. Game still winnable. Well, remember, the first 2 games of the series, it was Hero and Bam taking over. Your TV is like 10 seconds behind, Alejandro. Yeah, no, I'm actually not on. I don't have cable, so I'm watching it on the TNT OT. So it's in the laptop. So it's behind. I know, but it is what it is. It's what we have right now. One day we'll see if we can do this from the arena. That would be fun. All right, Lowry back. Can't believe some people wanted to trade Jimmy. Well, that's just not knowing basketball, I guess. Tyrese Maxey with the ball. 1 minute left. 1 minute, 6 seconds. To his right. He finds Neon. They find Embiid. He bumps into Markieff Morris. Both flop, in my opinion. Here comes Gabe Vincent. Back to Lowry. To Markieff Morris. Great post job. He gets blocked by Embiid. But that's fine. That's a good effort there. You have to go for it. Tyler Hero now. And what happened? That's a foul? Offensive foul, I guess. I didn't see it. Derek Rose says, I'm going back to Chicago next season. Thank you, Derek, for being here. Ron Baker, we read that message already. Ronald Fonte says, Gabe can't buy a bucket. I think he's over-exerting himself on defense. All right, full court press for the Sixers, for the Heat, I'm sorry. Sixers have the ball. Niang to Milton, back to Maxey. Markieff Morris on Embiid. Niang has Tyler Hero on him, so that's a favorable matchup. He's going to go for it. 2 points. 89-85. Honestly, the Sixers, I think, are playing better basketball tonight. Actually, it's better than yesterday. But the Heat is closer today. Well, last game they tied in the third quarter too, so we'll see. All right, here comes Kyle Lowry, and we're going to compare the 2 nights. Kyle Lowry, back to Vincent for 3. Another open 3 that we miss. This is just unbelievably bad. Oh, my God. That would have made this game a 1-point game going into the fourth quarter. Gabe Vincent missed it. And it is 5 for 28 right now for the Heat. On Friday, going back to Friday's game, for the entire game, they were 7 for 30 on Friday. Tonight, it's been really bad. I don't even remember the last 3. 5 for none. This is not. Let me see if we can refresh this information. They're 5 for 28. I mean, even worse than last game. I mean, if they make 2 in a row, they're going to tie what they did in last game, which was really bad already. So, missing wide open 3s for that play, Duncan. I mean, yes. Caleb is more than Gabe. This is the series. Heat 2, refs 1. Can't believe this shooting. The Heat's 30, Heat 0 right now. Okay, going to the fourth quarter. Jimmy Butler, 32 points, leading both teams with those 32 points. 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. He's 10 for 15 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3. 10 for 11 from the free throw line. So a great game by Jimmy Butler. Kyle Lowry, only 6.3 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals. 3 for 10 from the field, 0 for 6 from 3. So he's actually he's actually 3 for 4 from 2. So might as well just settle down for those ones. Kyle today. PJ Tucker, 7 points, 2 rebounds. Oh, by the way, PJ Tucker has also 4 fouls, which we're gonna review here in a second. Max Strus, 3 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block. He's also had 4 fouls. Bam Adebayo, only 21 minutes so far, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. He's 5 for 8 from the field, so very good there. But 4 fouls. He hasn't been able to play that much either. Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero has played more than Bam Adebayo. 21 minutes, 43 seconds so far. 8 points, 9 rebounds. Tyler close to a double-double. 1 assist, 2 steals. And he's had, let me see how many. 3 turnovers today. Oladipo in 21 minutes, 12 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. And let's see here, more comments coming in. So between the 2 games for the Heat, let me see, this is 58 attempts. They've only made 12. 12 for 58. That is 20%, 20.6% from 3. That's so far this series for the Heat. I don't know last game, but this game has been right there. And it felt that way in the other game too, because the other game was close going into the fourth quarter as well. All right, this is it. Justin Hell, man, for the refs who hate James Harden, he sure is letting him off the hook. Make or break. Bang, make a difference. Make a damn difference. Here we go. Tyrese Maxey on the ball. It's Vincent, Lowry, Oladipo, Bam Adebayo, and Tyler Hero on the court right now. Tyrese Maxey gets the ball back to Tobias Harris. James Harden now. No Joel Embiid now. It's Paul Reed. Play minutes. James Harden with a long 3. He misses. Kyle Lowry. He sees, he falls. That didn't look like a foul either. It looked like he just fell. And that was it. But they actually called the foul. First foul of the quarter. So it's going to be a side bounce for the Heat. Duncan doesn't play good under pressure. According to Vic Papo, Ronald Fonte says Gabe is shooting 18 from 3 and 33% overall this series. I'm sure tonight those numbers will be worse. All right, here comes Kyle Lowry. Back to Tyler Hero. Take that one. No, he goes for the 2-pointer. In and out. There's a foul down on Paul Reed. Second foul for the Sixers. So this could be a difference going towards the end of the game. All of these fouls that the Sixers are getting right now. Gabe Vincent with the ball to Hero. Hero has Milton. No, Reed on him. Hero for 2. Long 2. He misses. Rebound for Adebayo, but then he lets it go. It's Sixers ball. Tyrese Maxey to James Harden. To his right. Kyle Lowry on him. Corner 3 for Tobias Harris. And he makes it. They make it. We miss him. That's the difference right there. Kyle Lowry attacking the rim. Bam Adebayo gets him off the hook. Attacking again, Kyle Lowry. Trying to get it to Victor Oladipo. That's another turnover. Kyle has to attack the rim, but really shoot it, not just go for the pass there. There's a foul on Lowry now. He's complaining about his hand. This is going to be the second foul on Kyle Lowry. So 92-85 for the Sixers. Another open 3. This one they miss it. Embiid coming back to the court, getting ready for the fourth quarter. Here comes Oladipo to his left. The Heat offense right now not really flowing. Oladipo, attacking the rim. That looked like a foul. That looked like a travel as well. Gabe Vincent for three. He misses. So, not a good moment for the Heat. This same thing happened in the beginning of the fourth quarter last game. Double team on Tobias Harris. They rotate. They find James Harden. It's going to be an open lane to the basket. He misses, and that's a late foul call. We hate this late. I mean, we hate the calls, but the late ones are even worse. So it's going to be 2 free throws for James Harden. So far, a little bit over. We got this conversation from Jimmy Butler and Tyrese Maxey. It's really interesting. Really, really interesting. James Harden makes the first one. And he's going to make the second one. And here come the Heat. How many fouls do the Sixers have compared to the Heat? Let's check that real quick. Personal fouls, the Sixers have 2, 4, 7, 11, 15, 17, 18, 19. So I said, sorry, I got lost. I'll check that out in the timeout. All right. Heat ball. Gabe Vincent back to Jimmy Butler for 3. Air ball. Air ball. And now the Sixers get a step back 3 from James Harden. 97-85 right now. I mean, it's pretty simple, guys. The Sixers are right now 13 for 27 from 3, 48%. 13 threes. The Heat 5 for 30. That's the difference right there. So going back to the question, the Heat have right now a total of 4, 4, 4. So it's 12, 14, 15 fouls, 16, 17, 20, 22 fouls called right now. The Sixers have 21. So I think the difference here is the times they actually have gone to the free throw line. Let me see. The Sixers 28 attempts, the Heat 25. I mean, it hasn't been that big of a difference. But the difference is really in the missed shots, missed open shots. Jason Meyer says, I honestly don't see how we can win this series playing like this. Yeah, these 2 games have not been good. Mopsy Gucci says it's over. See you in Miami. Vic Papa said we got a bunch of undrafted players. We can't buy a 3. Well, GG. And on to the next one. Seems like it's over. Miami's so trash on the road. All right, I know I was the first person to hate on Duncan, but put bro in. That's gonna happen to a lot of Heat fans that have been complaining about Duncan Robinson all throughout the season. I mean, I agree with rotating, especially when things are not going our way. The thing is, on defense, he's not going to be able to give you a lot. But at this point, you're down by 12, still 9 minutes, a lot of basketball to be played. Why not? Obviously, threes aren't dropping. Switch up the offense. I'm a fan, and I can make that adjustment. Lowry, a waste of money, and again, open missed shots. Yes, that has been the difference in tonight's game. Praxidio Oloferne says no foul on that last drive, on that last Harden drive. Late call. The Sixers can beat the Heat even without help from idiot refs. Sorry for my words. We are 5 for 30 from 3. That's right. Let's go Sixers. Our friend Evan Lester. Plenty of time left. Alejandro Q says, and the refs calling so many fouls give the Sixers the edge. Alejandro Alvarez, another Tocayo. What's up, Tocayo? How you doing? Can't buy a 3. Yeah, that has been one of the main points. I mean, of this road trip, the Heat is right now. Let's update those stats. 2 for 12 right now. 2 for 12. They are 12 for 60 right now. 12 for 60, so that's 20% from 3. That's really bad. So right there. TTV Nastinaro says Sixers my favorite team, but I might speak on the Heat behalf. They need to start making their threes or they're out of here. When do we switch from 3s to 2s? Good questions. We'll see. Are we really 5 from 30 from 3? Yes, that's the day. They were 7 for 30 on Friday, so we thought it was bad. Today is even worse. Let's see if they can do it a little bit better in these last 9 minutes. All right, Heat ball. Jimmy Butler to his right. Butler drives, and he gets 2 more points. Jimmy Butler makes it look so easy. PJ Tucker back in. Adebayo in. Max Strus back in. Tyrese Maxey with the ball. Back to James Harden. Harden. I don't know why the TNT cameras are now on the 2 coaches, but here we go. Tobias Harris gets fouled by Max Strus. I think I saw a push. Yeah. But that's not in the act of shooting, so no 2-pointers there. No 2 free throws, I'm sorry. We're not winning a championship, says our friend Ash. Heat fans stay mad. Where's Duncan? We need to space the floor. Why he's not playing on Merger 7? All right, we'll see. Tyrese Maxey. He has PJ Tucker on him. Too explosive. Another foul call. This has been a really long game because of those foul calls, man. So the 5th foul on PJ Tucker, he's out of the game. It's Butler and no defense. Seriously, a foul every play. This is garbage game. Always flat in the 4th. We can't beat these refs. Jason Mayer says another foul. This is just ridiculous at this point. It's a call every time down the court. What's the foul total for Philly? No, it's actually not that much. I mean, there's not a big difference there, but the Sixers have been attacking the rim way more, that's for sure. So that's why we see it. I mean, we are not making threes, and the zone defense is really hurting us. Victor Oladipo. Back to Bam Adebayo. Tyler Hero. 4-3. Air balls it. That's a summary of today's game for the Heat. Right there. Air ball again. James Harden with the ball. To Niang. To Tyrese Maxey. Great defensive effort for the Heat. They call a foul now on Oladipo. That was a 50-50 ball. They both went for it. Niang and Oladipo. Niang got there first. So it's going to be his 2nd foul. And the Heat are already in the penalty. So it's 2 more free throws for the Sixers. Two points. I'm sorry, the Sixers get to 100 with that free throw right there. NBA bad look like babyhood. Spo was paid to NBA Addict says, if we're losing this bad, can we at least get Duncan some minutes right now? Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they're already down by 14, 7:40 left. Jimmy Butler with the ball. He attacks the rim. Gives it to Oladipo. No foul call. He misses. And now James Harden 3. He misses too. Rebound for Bam Adebayo. To Jimmy Butler. So far, it's been Jimmy and not much else. 2 more points for Jimmy Butler. And timeout for the Sixers. 101-89. Philadelphia. Jimmy Butler is my MVP, says Praxidio. No call again, says Vic. Or Kimberly, if this was Philly, that whistle would have been blown. I changed to being a Sixers fan and I feel better. Jason says, good night at y'all later. Hey, you can follow me here. For all of you that are still here, I'm going to put my username there in the chat so you guys can at me there if you want to. And send me your messages, what you think, your thoughts on this game and all you guys seen so far. Let me see. Top Dog says he's laughing. You all the same fans that said trade Jimmy. Shut up already. How's there no foul? I don't care what anyone says. These refs are a joke. Ridiculous. MVP. Has Embiid ever even touched the court in the fourth quarter? I don't think so. Bill Hill. Fernando Lopez says, hey guys, I welcome you to jump on the Mavs bandwagon with me because unfortunately, it will be a Cancun pretty soon for our Heat. Guys, the Heat is still winning this series 2-1. And if they lose, they're going back home with a 2-2 series. Don't be so negative. Let's stay positive tonight. Come on. Right Top Dog, says Ron Baker. Bill, how are you, man? I am in Miami. We work for 5 Reasons Sports Network. We are a South Florida network. So we are rooting for the Heat. Alejandro Q says, Poe has the strategic brain of a walnut. No, I don't think so. I just think they're sticking to the plan, to the original plan. So why not? Lowry's just waiting for the real season, guys. Be patient. That's what he said, but then he got injured. So I don't know. It's been an up and down season for the Heat in that regard. A lot of injuries, a lot of stuff going on. These Miami Heat fans have to stop complaining about fouls. They're calling it both ways. You're all just not making your threes. Yeah, they're missing a lot of threes. That's for sure. Top Dog TC says, you all say trade Jimmy, but when we were struggling, Jimmy the only one that shows up. Game plan, miss all the threes. It's not Spo, it's the bad refs and the bad shooting. Yeah, it can be a little bit of everything. It doesn't have to be one of those. Spo has stayed with the first plan, with his original plan. He hasn't really moved from there. And it is what it is. Joel Embiid is back in the fourth quarter. So those were actually minutes with no Embiid on the floor. All right, here we go. Sixers ball. James Harden with Victor Oladipo on him. Harden to his right. They find Tobias Harris, Tyrese Maxey, with Tyler Hero on him, trying to deny the ball to Embiid. Embiid flops, jumps, yells. Nothing happened there. Rebound for Bam Adebayo. Here come the Heat. Victor Oladipo for 3, and that's a 3 for the Heat. So they make it a 9-point game. Do you believe? Do you believe in the Heat? We'll see. James Harden to his left. Back to Niang. Back to Harden. Niang for 3. Misses. Long rebound. Falls into Harden's hands. And they're calling an offensive foul finally on Tobias Harris. When was the last offensive foul for the Sixers? Do you guys remember? I don't remember. Niang is out. He shot that last 3, missed it. and that could be it for him. We'll see. Here comes Victor Oladipo with the ball. 6 minutes, 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Game 4 of the series. Miami Heat winning 2-1. Jimmy Butler, lob, Bam catches it, and it's a dunk. Tobias Harris is complaining about an elbow to the face, and I don't know why Embiid just kept going. They're going to ask for a timeout now. But that was not a smart play by Embiid. He saw the guy on the court just laying down, and Embiid wanted to keep playing his own teammate. So it's 101-94 right now. 7 points the difference. Now the Sixers fans are telling the refs they're not very good at their job, as we have been complaining here for the entire game. Well, not the entire game, but since a couple of calls have started to be called there. Fouls starting to be called. So Tobias Harris got hit in the throat, I guess. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. Heat down by 7 points. 5:52 to play left here in the fourth quarter. Do you believe in the Heat? Do you believe in the Heat? We'll see. All right. Now or never, Nick Johnson. And Kyle Lowry got to go. First good call by the refs tonight. Alejandro says, Ali Tosi might be the best defense for the Heat. Ronald Fonte, 7-point game with 6 minutes left. Can we get some positivity in the chat? Yes, let's get positive. Let's say positive here. I think they can make it. I think so. I mean, they've been hanging around even though they're having a horrible three-pointer night. Just horrible. Terrible. 6 threes in 31, 32 spots. James Harden, step back three, and he makes it. 104-94 right now. That's an important basket for the Sixers. The Heat had 5 straight points, and now they're back up 10. Jimmy Butler with the jumper. He makes it too. Butler has been really, really, really effective tonight. It's an 8-point game again. 5 minutes, 8 seconds left. Double team on Harden. Almost get a steal there. Open three for Danny Green. He misses. Rebound for Bam Adebayo. Here comes the Heat. Adebayo to Jimmy Butler. He gets double team. They find it. That's a foul on Adebayo. Well, on Embiid. And Adebayo gets 2 and 1. So 184-98. And Adebayo goes to the line. So that's a great play by Jimmy Butler. He got double team. Joel Embiid was coming to help. And he found Adebayo by himself under the rim. Good under the basket play by Adebayo. And he gets fouled. So that's 2 points. And the possibility to make it a 5-point game. 104-99 right now. Do you believe in the Heat? Let's see some positivity there in the chat. Let's go. Come on. Let's go Heat. James Harden now. Slowing the game down again. He has Max Strus on him. Danny Green. Back to Max Strus. James Harden goes by Adebayo. That's 2 easy points. Remember, Bam has 4 fouls, so one more and he will be out of the game. That's what's going on right now. Jimmy Butler uses the screen by Bam. They find Hero for 2. In and out. Danced around the rim and went out. Too bad. That was a good shot by Hero. Open shot too. James Harden bumping into Tyler Hero. He gets Depot now. Goes by. He loses the ball. It's going to be a turnover. He complains as usual. He thinks it's a foul from, I don't know who, Casper maybe, the ghost. And here we go. It's heat ball. Jimmy Butler going by Danny Green right now. He uses Bam screen. Now it's Bam on Tobias Harris. Back to Butler in the three-point line. Back to Adebayo, who has Harris on him. The help by Embiid. Adebayo goes up and gets 2 more points. 106-109. 5-point game, 3 minutes, 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here come the Sixers now. Tobias Harris with Victor Oladipo on him. Bam doing a great job on denying Embiid the ball. Harden with another 3, and he makes it. I mean, if you had any doubts, that's the difference right now. Something happened. They're calling something. And the camera cut away. I don't know what happened there. Something happened. I didn't notice. What was it? So 3 minutes left. It's 109-101 for the Sixers. So far, the Sixers are 15 for 32. They made 15 threes tonight. The Heat, only 6 from 32. So 7 threes. It's a difference right there in between the two teams. Not much else to add. Alejandro Spoke can't play for the players. Update the score, dude. Ray, I'm sorry. I'm a little behind. I think you are late, though. So relax. Sixers prayed to the basketball gods. They're making all threes. They did, and it worked. Houston Harden step back 3 again. Yeah, I mean, let me see Harden. How many points? So far, 28. So he went past Joel Embiid there with 28 points. 5 threes for James Harden tonight. The Heat with Jimmy Butler, 38 points, 19 for Bam Adebayo, 15 for Oladipo. All right, back to it. All right, here comes the last minutes of this game. Let's get excited together, guys. 109-101. So 3 minutes left for the Heat, and we'll see if they can make it an interesting game to close it. Jimmy Butler with the ball. Danny Green following him the entire court. Jimmy Butler to his left. He attacks the rim. Stops. Shoots. He gets fouled. So it's going to be 2 free throws for Jimmy Butler. Tyrese Maxey gets the call for the foul. And it's Jimmy Butler trying to get to 40 points tonight. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left. He makes the first one. Jimmy can make this a 6-point game, a 2-possession game with 2 minutes, 50 seconds left. So let's be positive. See what happens. See if they can make it. Jimmy Butler now, the second free throw. It's good. 109-103. James Harden. To Tyrese Maxey. Back to Harden. 22 seconds. 2:46 left in the game. James Harden. He has Victor Oladipo guarding him. Bam Adebayo doing a great job on Joel Embiid. He should be doing this the entire game. That should be his job. Ooh. Tyrese Maxey with a forced 2. He misses. So good defense there by the Heat. Here comes Jimmy Butler. To his left. He shoots a 3. Oh, misses. That's short. He tried to make it a 3-point game right there. Short. Too bad it was short. I think he couldn't attack the basket there. But he went for the 3. And that's not falling for the Heat tonight. All right. James Harden. They are giving him the ISO with Max Strus. Max Strus doing what he can. He goes to his left, shoots it. It's a bad shot, but a rebound for Embiid. Important rebound for the Sixers. They have 8 seconds left. They're getting excited. Oh, alley-oop. And Tobias Harris with 2 points that are going to make it really hard for the Heat to come back on this one. Victor Oladipo to his left. He shoots a 2. He misses. And this might be it, guys. Too many open shots. The Heat are missing. So that really made it rough. James Harden now. 5 seconds left. Step back 3 again. And he makes it. That's game right there. James Harden gets excited. The Heat called timeout, but it's an 11-point game with 1 minute left. Not much to do. And that's going to be it for tonight. Remember, as soon as this game's over, we're going to have the post-up show here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. Remember, we're going to review the stats here in a second, and then we'll be done with our in-game hangout. Jimmy had the lane. Yeah, I agree. He went to his left, and he stopped to take the 3. He had the lane to go and attack the basket. Maybe it would have made it a 4-point game, and it would have been different. But after that, the Sixers made a couple of shots, and that's about it. Game over, says our friend Nova Kane. James Horanic, bye-bye Heat, go home. MVP. Garden Goat. He's laughing. Game 5, game plan. Shoot all 3s. TTV says, let's go Sixers. That's it. NBA Addict says, if I'm Jimmy, I would call out each and every one of these softies not helping them out. Yeah, I don't think it's been a lack of effort. I think it's been just they haven't been effective, and that's it. It's not about their attitude. It's about their effectiveness tonight, in my opinion. Even Spo for not making the proper adjustments. Yeah, that can be a reason. This is ugly. James Ronald responding to James says, keep the same energy for the rest of the series. Yeah, our friend KO never came back again after they lost the first 2. JQ says, just lock them in all in the gym and make them shoot 3s. I'm sure they do that. It's just, I mean, it happens in all sports. So thanks for the coverage, Tocayo. See you, man. Thank you for being here. And remember, we're going to be back at it on Tuesday. He needs to go to the optometrist and get glasses. Spo out. All right. Here comes the Heat. Max Strus for 3. And he makes it now. Oh, man. Too little too late, Max. But thank you. That's just padding stats right there. The Sixers are going to take this game. Spoelstra wants somebody to come help here. They're just taking too long. They trap Harden. And now they call this a foul on Strus. So Strus going to be out. Let's see who's coming in for Strus. It's Gabe Vincent getting the call. No Caleb Martin there. So it's Gabe Vincent. Ronald says, thank you for an amazing job, Alejandro. See you on Tuesday. Thank you, guys. Thank you. See you on Tuesday. Imagine healthy Embiid. And Vince the Prince says, what do you want Spo to do when guys can hit their 3s? Yeah, it's been horrible. We're going to review those numbers here in a second. So it's Tyrese Maxey on the line. Just to give it a finish, last score, the final score, we see Jimmy Butler and Joel Embiid talking on the other side of the court, having fun. They're definitely talking about the calls because they know refs have been bad today. All right. Gabe Vincent with the ball. Last seconds. This is going to be a Sixers win. Adebayo gets the easy dunk there. 2 easy points. 116-108. Nothing to do for the Miami Heat. This is going to be it. Tyrese Maxey with the ball. The last 2 possessions of the game, and this is going to be over. Tyrese Maxey dribbling back and forth. Joel Embiid. And the crowd gets excited in Philly. They're just dribbling it out to get the 24-second violation. Embiid shoots it, but after the clock has run out. And this is it. 10 seconds, 11.3 seconds for the Heat to win this game. Gabe Vincent with the ball, and that's going to be it. So it's going to be 118-108. The final score for Game 4 of this series is going to be a tied series going to FTX Arena as Gabe Vincent misses a 3 just to round it up. It was a horrible game for the Miami Heat from 3. So let's check some of these numbers. Jimmy Butler ended up with 40 points in a loss. He scored not half, but it was close to be half of the points for the Heat tonight. 40 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 13 for 20 from the field goals, 2 for 6 from 3, 12 for 13 from the free throw line. Great game for Butler. Led the team with 40 points. Bam Adebayo, 21.7 rebounds, 4 assists. And for the Heat, the third best scorer was Victor Oladipo with 15 points. The Heat from 3 tonight, 7 for 35. If we add that to the 7 for 30 for the first game, that's 14 for 65. Let's do a quick math here. 14 divided by 65. That's 21% from 3 in games 3 and 4. That's just horrible, terrible. Nothing to do there for the coaching staff other than maybe the game plan should not be just shooting as many threes. 35 threes attempted tonight. Or play other guys maybe that can be more effective there. For the Sixers, James Harden finished with 31 points. It was Harden's game tonight. 6 for 10 today for 3. So the other day was Danny Green. He had only 11 points today, but Harden had 31. Embiid had 24, 18 for Maxey, 13 for Tobias Harris, 10 for Niang coming off the bench. So that's it for tonight. The Sixers take game 4 of this series, 116-108. So this is going to be played. Game 5 is going to be played on Tuesday in Miami. Game 6 is going to be taking place in Philadelphia on Thursday. And we'll see what happens now in the future with these 2 teams. Guys, thank you very much for staying with us all throughout the Hangout. Remember, we're going to be doing this on Tuesday as well. I know it was a frustrating game to watch, but like you say, Jay, hopefully game 5 is a little better for the Heat. Remember, go check the post-up show, the post-game analysis here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. Once again, thank you very much. You can follow me here if you want to follow my job here on 5 Reasons and on other networks, and we will see you guys later tonight here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. Go check the 5-game post-up show here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. Have a good night, enjoy the game, and thank you for being here with us.